What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Welcome Back. This is another episode of Carbon 2185. And what would the show be? It's a cyberpunk show without some technical difficulties. So now that we've got that resolved, I am joined by some great players to play a one shot, two shot, we'll see, of Carbon 2185 episode 17. Season 2. It's whole episode 17, season 2, episode 1, Holy Fire. I am joined by Dorian, Alan, and of course, Amy and Thomas. Everybody say hi. You guys should know a few of these faces.
That Dorian's my character name. I'm actually the other Thomas.
Oh my God, Thomas. Oh, I'm reading off of this is what tonight is going to be like, guys. So I hope you're ready. I hope you've got a drink. We're going to have some fun and maybe TPK. Who knows? But before we get into the action, I'm going to throw it over to Thomas to handle some announcements, and then we'll dive right into some gameplay. Please make sure you share the link to the show because there's a giveaway tonight.
That's right. That's a big announcement. Nord Games is a great partner, and thanks to everybody last night for piling into the season finale of Chaos Agents. We triggered the boy, so we're going to do a Nord Games deck giveaway. If you are in the US, we'll send you a physical one. If you are international, we will send you a PDF. And whatever. That's going to happen. The other thing is we've got a bunch of other cool shows. Tom is doing one of those. That is a podcast called The Redacted Reports that Tom runs.
And we're a podcast only. We don't do a live. We do not, no technical difficulties whatsoever. We have all the technical difficulties. We just erase all that stuff and clean it up so we look really professional. And Tiana does an amazing job of making us look professional when we're all just making this shit up as we go along. But it's a great show. It really is a great product. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hour a week, not too much, and I love it.
That's awesome. And if you need a voice actor, Alan Chan is your man.
Alan Chan, welcome back from Legend of Solari fame. I'm really happy to have you sit at the table because we'd been talking a lot about Carbon and some of the potential for it. So I really appreciate you joining us to play, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's almost the 3rd anniversary of the channel as a whole, and I'm happy that I was there as the flagship thing to kick this all off. This is awesome. I can't wait for this. So
right on.
Let's get this started.
Well, is that the end of the announcements? Do I dive right in?
That's it.
Okay, so just a little bit of backstory. Carbon 2185 is a futuristic cyberpunk sci-fi game based on the D&D 5e rule set gameplay. So a lot of the mechanics are going to be similar and recognizable. So that should help the translation if you're curious about what people should be doing or are doing. A lot more emphasis, though, on cover and partial cover and full cover, since ACs are significantly lower. It's going to be reinforced. You don't want to be sitting out in front uncovered as the bullets start flying. The second thing that I want to add, and I tip my hat to Spike for helping with this, the spray mechanic. I know, don't worry, you're not going to find any minigun in this game, but the spray mechanic, that action is going to last your full turn, and that is going to essentially be a no-go zone. That 15 feet cone is going to be a no-go zone. So anybody who passes in front of there, if they're not, has to make that check. And so you could use it now as covering fire, as some sort of additive, since you half your damage and they also get a check on top of that, and you need to reload. So there's a little benefit to that. Reloads need to be announced. I will be trying my best to track reloads, bonus actions. And if you don't do it, you are SOL. It happens a lot. So I'm told in firefights where people pull the trigger and hear click. So I'm hoping we don't have those moments tonight, but we shall see. In the Carbon 2185 rule set, something that I wasn't really too strict on, partially from my own ignorance, is the armor. Damage resistance and damage reduction are two different things. and we'll be counting that. Resistance obviously cuts the damage you receive in half. Damage reduction of 2 usually means you remove 2 damage points, and anything else above that accumulates. Neuralink conversations that happen in your mind and you basically your MIRC chat room need to be announced. Otherwise, you're a psychopath speaking out loud. All right. And the enemy will be able to pick up on that. So descriptions are going to be very, very heavily enforced and rewarded, because if you give me an ability check, I want to hack something, the more description that you can provide on what exactly you're doing, maybe I'll, toss you an advantage on this check. And lastly, depending on the cover fire, the cover that you're behind as things are firing, I'm going to use my discretion to chisel away at your cover. If you're behind a table and I'm firing at you, it's giving you a +5. But if people are firing in that direction, the next time it's only going to be a +2. All right. So like we're going to keep you guys moving from point to point. Just be wise about what you move. And I'll leave this up to the chat. I was going back and forth with this. But let's say you want to hide behind a counter. Moving to the counter does not give you, it gives you half cover. If you want the full cover, you have to use 5 feet of movement to crouch down. All of that is out in front. You have been forewarned. All fair in love and tabletop RPGs, so no one can claim ignorance. The other mechanic, I don't know, Thomas, how did you want to handle bits before we dive into the story? How did you want to handle bits?
I will leave that up to you. What do you think is a good option?
I am very intellectually lazy, so I would definitely go back to the old mechanic of bits to inspiration. So the old rules are in play. If you want to help these guys out, 2 inspiration is a full reroll. 1 inspiration is a +6, and that will be that. Only I asked you only because I don't know how much of your cards will apply to a sci-fi setting. So with that said, let's get into Carbon 2185. And in the year 2185, London is no different than the rest of the world, right? It's 2185, and thanks to, corporate takeovers, global economy shifts, and environmental disasters, the world everywhere is on the brink of disaster. In North America, specifically San Francisco, you've got a synth-led uprising that leads to violent clashes in the streets, right? Terrorist attacks. Led by a group naming themselves the Flying Car Funkadelics. In Tokyo, you've got a revolution happening in Tokyo, right? The old guard and the new guard are coming fully to blows. But for a semblance of time, London is the quietest city on the hill. That's because London went through their turmoil last year. London is just recovering from a civil war. The betters, the richers, and the poorers, that sort of thing. And environmentally, much of London is underwater, outside of the ring road. Inside the outer wall, you have 3 zones, zone 1, 2, and 3. And I'll get into a little bit more of that, but basically over time, sea level rise has led to London being basically surrounded by water, and outside that outer wall is basically Waterworld Badlands, where every once in a while you might see the tops of buildings, and some sort of Waterworld makeshift living arrangements. Definitely heavy fog outside, but for the most part, neon glows of cities are illuminating the way. There is a cultural divide in the city, but more so than ever as a result of the war, it's the rich versus the poor. The haves essentially and the have-nots. Zone 1 is basically your Mad Max style gutter punk area. It is fairly lawless with the exception of one group, one gang, extremely dominant, and they're called the Mad Lags. They're basically the government in that zone, and the pendulum swings from tyrannical crown all the way over to dystopian authoritarian anarcho corporation gang. And their only saving grace is that they, in the Cultural Revolution, take pot shots at the crown in Zone 3. You know, whether it's retrofitting a building to have King Charles's effigy doing obscene things with a pig, or launching full out assaults on segments of Zone 3. Zone 3, what it looks like in the, well, first, what it looks like in the Mad Zone. It's dominated by the Mad Lags, who control a tower covered in anti-establishment designs. You can see that from anywhere in London. It's an eyesore, but again, you appreciate it as a punk. If you're not in Zone 3, you were on the revolutionary side of the war, or essentially fell out of graces of someone in Zone 3. It's essentially it's Road Warrior Mad Max. In Zone 2, which is what they call Gutter Town, it's run by various gangs, and that's where we find ourselves now. In Zone 2, they call it affectionately Gutter Town. And in Gutter Town, you will find it is probably the most diverse place on the planet, whether culturally or LGBTQIA plus. You will find any mix of style, any mix of ethnicity inside the Mad Zone. And even with that much diversity, it is way less cluttered than Zone 1, which has basically no regulation whatsoever. Inside the streets of Zone 2, you'll find way less blocked and burnt out vehicles, barricades, much more habitable, and assembling life inside other cities like Tokyo and San Francisco. And crotch from Zone 2, you are sandwiched between 1 and 3, and 3 is literally the Ivy Tower, right? Ivory Tower, city on the hill, Royal Tower, that you can see over this wall that's, you know, constantly pumping out the water. So Zone 3, even though you hate them, they are maintaining your lifestyle, because if they wanted to, they would stop the pumps and flood everybody in Zone 1 and Zone 2. And politically, that idea has been tossed around. So that's not off the cusp of happening. You know, it is inside Zone 3. It is ivory suits, chromatically tailored objects, and big, clean, pristine everything. If Zone 3, if you are not from there, is a no-go zone. Zone 1 is a no-go zone unless you have the approval of the Mad Lags. If you're walking down Zone 3 as a regular Joe, you will likely have your head kicked in by the Royal Guard just for existing in their eyes, in their view. So now into Zone 2, we find ourselves at the bar known as QE2X EMC. From what I understand it to mean, Queen Elizabeth II, which is a ship, a Royal Navy ship, E equals MC squared force. That name is derived out of this place being a hacker bar, known hacker bar, a place you go as an information broker and to find out the haps on everything. It is a very small, very dense establishment, but it has got some notoriety in part that it is one of the few no-go zones for corporate entities and for holding up as a beacon during the Revolutionary War, because its owner, Fancy Mike Callahan, is a veteran of one of the oldest and bloodiest skirmishes against the Crown Estate. And the Crown Estate is essentially the Crown, but also its corporate arm, which runs everything in London. He lost his left arm and right leg. So his buddies put together some new replacements, and he's got the name Fancy Mike because the replacements are fashioned out of disco balls and glitter. So his augmented arm, even though it's very capable, is unnecessarily fancy. Standing at the bar, this bar is also known for serving a drink, which is known to potentially kill you on the first try. We're not going to get into that because no one's going to try that drink. Just out of reference, but Fancy Mike is sitting at the bar, looking deadpan at this American is talking at him. Fancy Mike is just polishing one of his glasses, and this American is just ranting nonsense out about random things. When the rest of you scattered around the bar hear Fancy Mike say, "Fucking Americans. This place over the past few weeks invaded by goddamn Yanks. The US is being overrun by SLF. Tokyo is in the middle of the revolution, so I guess this is the safest place to be. But don't cause any goddamn problems in my bar. Look at the sign." And the sign behind Fancy Mike says, "Fights are welcome, killing is not." Now, what are you on about? As he looks to Alan's character, what does he see, Alan? What is he looking at?
Yeah. So, what's up, everybody? Name's Mr. Media. All right, so what you're looking at is a very tall, very lanky looking guy, blonde hair, blue-eyed, kind of like in a brown trench coat. He's wearing sort of like brown business slacks, a white buttoned-up business shirt, a tie that's not very put up very well. It's just dangling there. But one thing you do notice is that he's wearing a bulletproof vest under his trench coat, and there's a very distinctive emblem on that chest. It reads the letters MM, and it's sort of in a, how do I say this? It's kind of like in a yellow triangle, and he's just up there saying, "Look, I hear all these stories about what's going on, man. Something about disappearances."
And as he says that, Fancy Mike is standing 6'4". He's kind of a beefy guy, and one arm is augmentation, but he's never really cracks a smile. So when he raises his hand to silence, he's like, "You've got a big mouth. You might want to taper that off around here. You're looking for work. More importantly, I think I know what you're looking at. If you're going to do this job, discretion is of the fucking value."
You see, my work is very important. Now, I'm not sure if you ever heard of me. You see these MMs? You ever seen these
I
MMs
promise
before?
you I have not.
How can you never heard of the one and only Mr. Media? Mr. fucking Media.
And he looks around and he shouts, "Hey boys, any of you lads ever heard of Mr. fucking Media?" And everyone,
Fuck no.
look at that. You've only been recognized by a synth, right? Who was probably able to bing you off of my voice command. Don't feel fucking special around here.
Hey, no, I'm not trying to step on any toes here now. So I'm gonna keep it straight with you. If you go on the internet, go on some special servers, you might find the one and only Cyberwire, #1 news source on the digital underground, ran by the one and only Mr. Media. Now, you got what I want. You got them hot takes. I'm just wondering, are you down for a one-on-one interview with the one and only Mr. Media to end up on the episode of the Cyberwire?
I don't do interviews, but if that's your site, I am familiar with that. I think
1,000. Wait, did I just say that? 1 million live viewers every week, every single week. #1 news show on the digital underground. Just saying.
there is some situations happening here that will require the light of day to expose the rats underneath. But the people you talk to outside of that situation are not going to take time kindly to brash Yanks. So if you want a little bit of advice, shut up and handle yourself quietly.
Gotcha.
That's not your strong suit. I get it. So maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to pull some people from this bar to help you out.
More than happy. Just lead me on the right way. Who can I hire to get this work done?
Well, you've got your share of ex-cops, hackers, tekkers. You just put a Neuralink QR code out on the webs with the job offering and the one longs you want to offer of the take, and someone would take you up on it. If you did not want to do that, you just tap people on the shoulder. But before you get into that, you see that old man over there. And
what about him?
over in the corner, you basically see a pretty decrepit old man drowning himself in drinks, sobbing quietly to himself. But he's a little bit slumped over. He's got like a 1,000-yard stare. Dark things have happened, especially after the war. We get jobs, but I'm not fancy on sending people on suicide missions. Now, there are rumors circling about that this man who lost his family.
One thing, excuse me, DM. I forgot. Yes. I should have said this earlier, but this entire time I've been speaking to Fancy Mike, my prosthetic eyes have been recording this entire thing. So, do I need to make like a sleight of hand check or anything? Or
yes, give me a. Actually, let me check.
Oh yeah, cybernetic eyes that are cameras. So yeah.
I should put my DM screen up in front of me so I know exactly what check I want you to make. This is part of the. Give me a sleight of hand while I figure this out.
Sure. Okay. How do I roll on Roll20? Sorry, first time ever doing this.
No. Can someone type the command in the Zoom chat for him?
Oh, actually,
roll space.
He's going to roll sleight of hand, and I'm going to roll Fancy Mike perception.
Okay. So this might be easier for me. I noticed that there's a sort of like a D20 symbol here, and it shows D4, D6, D8, D10. Can I just click this instead of using the command?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And then add your plus to it. Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. What did I roll? I do not see anything. Sorry. New to Roll20. Bear with me.
Mr. Meteor rolled a 14. Do you have any pluses to
sleight of hand?
Deception, sleight of hand?
Two. So
Plus
16
2.
total.
So a 16. All right. And Fancy Mike is going to roll his perception.
Come on.
Of 17. So as Fancy Mike is talking, he's saying, "You see that old man over there?" And he just kind of stares you in the eye. Come here. Come here.
I'm just going to take a small step back.
He reaches out and grabs you by the collar.
Okay.
And he's got you hemmed up, and he's looking you directly in the face. Mm-hmm. Taps you at the side of the temple. Turn that off. Now.
Say hi to all the super citizens on the Cyberwire, by the way. What's my chat saying?
That's on you, but you see his hand, his cybernetic hand, go from a hand to a blade, and he points it right in your eye.
No, I understand. Now it's turning off, and you see what were blue eyes turn to sort of like more of a gray. So,
and then his hand morphs back into an actual hand fist, and he puts it down. I don't blame you for trying, but someone else might have taken your life. I hope you're as capable as you bolster yourself to be, because that man over there is going to need as much help as you can muster. He has lost most of his family during the war, and his only remaining family has gone missing. There are rumors as to what's happened, because those disappearances are a trend. The usual suspects, KT-101, the Mad Lags, maybe even some body snatchers. But the sniffings I'm getting is that these disappearances are directly related to the crown. I've been hesitant to send anybody to find out specifically what happened to my friend's kids, because none of these disappearances result in anyone being found alive. So if you can use your little media to hopefully expose whoever is doing this, whatever is doing this, then maybe he can get some solace. You can get some notoriety, and we can get these disappearances to stop. You think you can handle that?
Yeah, frankly, that's all I want. My
And
job.
he lets him go.
All right, appreciate it. I don't have to send you the bill for the ripped up collar, but hey, no, that's just all I want. My job is to get the truth out there, get the facts out there, make sure all my super citizens, the viewers of the Cyberwire, if you didn't know, get the truth. That's all I want. That's my job.
I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to help you out. And he said, Emma, you got a moment?
Yeah. And so I walk over to the bar. And
who and what walks over? What do we see coming over?
So I'm a big female, British, Ginge. You're gonna love it, but you're gonna hate it. About 5'11", 160, 170.
Oh wow.
Definitely like has been in the ring.
All right.
Not a small girl. Also wears a trench coat. So comfortable shoes, something you can run in, you know.
I think I found someone to endeavor to take you up on your old on what we've been inquiring about. This meek young lad here is out to want to expose what's going on in Zone 2. And
this little thing, what is he?
The #1 news reporter on the digital underground.
Oh Christ.
yeah, whatever you can do to help out our friend over there, Mr. Pierce, and get this one out of my establishment would be much appreciated. Now, there are some one-longs associated with this. It's all that the old man could spare. I've been reluctant to take him up on that, asking him to keep his funds because the odds of finding anything positive are pretty slim.
Oh yeah,
but
rats, they scatter.
But it's all yours if you can help out.
So I look up Mr. Magic here, or whatever. What's your name again?
Mr. Media.
Oh,
Mr. Media.
okay. Mr. Media, and I imitate his accent. First thing you're gonna have to do, kid. I'm assuming he's younger than me.
How old am I actually? Give me a second.
And I'm like, how old am I?
Oh, I'm middle
I
age.
would love it if
I'm
you're
45.
if you're 55.
I'm 45.
Taking the selfies and doing the social media thing. I would love that.
With his cane. But first things first. So I'm gonna just do a quick Neuralink. So he's obviously in my head useless. I'm the muscle.
Yeah, and he holds up a Neuralink QR code that that would join the chats. Your eyes scan it, and all three of us are in the same command chat. It's now mental texts that we're communicating.
Yeah,
just making sure I have that. I do have a Neuralink. So
yeah. So I just need hacker. Need additional muscle.
I can do a little bit of hacking. Little bit. I'm not a specialist at it, but I got some skills.
Well, before I don't know what to expect. You, I could care less about. I would like to see my friend Emma again. So I recommend.
Mike. We ain't friends. I thought we friends, man. Come on.
Not yet.
And he looks at you talk, and he just kind of glosses over you, and he talks directly to Emma. So I would prefer if we were to take this seriously. You find out from Mr. Pierce what he's offering and what he knows, and maybe pick up some extra hands around here.
Copy that. And then I asked, what's Mr. Pierce drinking?
He is drinking beer mostly, but he's got that big, basically suicide tonic in front of him, and he's every day he comes in and he mulls it over.
You know what? Give me a glass of water.
You got it. And he hands you a big, tall glass of water.
So I walk over to Mr. Pierce and I put it down on the what?
Sorry. As you leave the bar and go that direction towards Mr. Pierce, seated at the end of the bar is an old man with a stogie in his mouth, gray hair,
Take a
1,000-yard stare, and he's like, "I'm okay, thanks." Because he half listened to that entire conversation and thought you were talking about him as the decrepit old man. He's like,
Oh, okay.
I'm all right. Yeah.
And Fancy Mike puts his hand on the bar and like how much of that did you overhear?
I don't know. You calling me a worthless old man about twice. It's about what I heard.
I think you just bought yourself a ticket in this group. Because I'm not entirely sure anyone who isn't involved should be overhearing. Eavesdropping is a crime punishable by commitment.
Well,
So,
hold on, Fancy
Old
Mike.
man, what?
Hold on. Everybody got some sort of information out there. There's no such thing as irrelevant. I'm pretty sure he could be useful to us. Just
If
let me talk
he's-
to him.
Please, Mr. Media, work your magic on the old man.
All right. So, what's your name and what do you know?
I'm just like now my elbows on the bar.
Dominic Brick.
All right.
Off world most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I can scrap if you need need someone like that, someone to pick some physical locks if those are a thing anymore.
You got to be tough if you're from the outer worlds out there. All right, cool. You're in. I like you.
There's money in this, right?
Yeah, of course there is. Wait, is there money in this?
There is.
Wait, who's paying?
So, initially,
Yeah.
inside the chat, as he says, there's money in this, right? Fancy Mike is sort of listening, and then he pops in. There's 21 longs total involved in this, and that going price is all that the old man has. But in terms of jobs and the type of work that you guys are in, it's kind of teetering on going 3 ways now to risk your life for this. That's it. So I share that in the Neuralink, which Dominic is not involved with, and you say, yeah, there's one longs involved.
All right. Well, you get the job. I'll help you out.
Cool. Hell, take my one longs. I'm not out here for the cash. I'm out here for the information.
Just be careful, man. I saw what happened in Tokyo.
Hey, I've covered wars. I can take care of myself. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right.
As you guys say that, you notice that Fancy Mike's mood has switched a little bit to concern and curiosity. In that period of you guys talking, a semi-nondescript figure walks over. It's beeline straight to where the old man is sitting. Wraps 2 arms on the side of the table and leans in and says something to him very sternly. And you can tell that the old man is just kind of like taking it in and taking it in. And then the figure, which is a male, upscale clothing but not flashy, adjusts himself and walks to the door and walks out.
Someone beat you to it. Better jump on that.
So
I
let's
don't know
go.
what that was about. Never
Aye.
seen that guy before.
Well, if y'all got nothing to take care of, I think it's time we go. How's
Let's
that
go
sound?
talk to Mr. Pierce.
Let's do shit. All right.
I just kind of pull up my overcoat, just trying not to laugh in his face a lot.
So as you guys approach, the old man who is known to you, Emma, as Mr. Pierce, has inched that drink a lot closer to him. That drink that basically is a 50% chance of death upon consumption. It is a light blue drink with pink neon ice cubes in it, and only Fancy Mike makes it.
Camera's on, by the way. Camera's on.
So I put the water down, and I'm like, you may want to try this instead.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be proper shit if I'm gonna call it a night, you know. But I appreciate the thought, Emma. Who the fuck is your friend? And he looks at Mr. Media.
And I just kind of open up the trench coat a little bit to show off the MMs. Yeah, I'll be like, Mr. Media, #1 news source on the digital underground. Nice to meet you.
I brought him over to make you laugh.
He failed.
Hey,
what,
buddy.
with that face?
Hey, buddy, I can tell you jokes and all, but I heard you need something done, and you got some information that might be helpful. So,
he eyes him up and down, and then he looks to Dominic and Emma. How can you help me?
Well, have you ever heard of the Cyberwire?
You perception check.
Okay. Let me go back to the little, where the heck did the little thing go? Sorry, navigating.
No worries.
Anyone else? So I kind of spin around on the bar stool. So instead of facing the bar, I just kind of spin around and facing out, and to see this kind of happening off to my right.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I just found it. I rolled a. Let me find the chat box. It's somewhere. I rolled a nat 1.
Fantastic.
Feels about right. For your character.
And just as a note, I pictured Dorian between Dominic and between the original conversation. He was just right in the middle of the bar, and it's all going on around him, and he's just paying attention, but really not getting involved, but watching everything happening around him. Kind of looking at the guys, but not butting in. He's minding his own business, but super curious.
For sure. So the bar itself is packed with players. Things are going on. And it's got like a low rumble. So Dominic's perception of the conversation was definitely a surprise, but also that eavesdropping is not really taken too kindly. So even if you do hear something, you want to pretend that you don't. So now on the perception of the old man, you would be completely oblivious to the fact that you don't recognize any tech on this man whatsoever. He is just existing in the moment as, not a cell phone in sight as old school people. So he looks at you with a deadpan stare. Mr. Media. Yeah, I know all your classics. Familiar with your greatest hits.
Exactly. Like that one about the Nigerian prince who likes sticking things up I covered that story too. Yeah. Biggest hit that I got.
Riveting stuff.
20 million views. Can you believe that? Nigerian princes like sticking things up. Well,
anyways. And the old man is just nodding and just sort of like his resolve to consume the drink is just growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, can you two help me out with this? He seems a little down in the dumps. You two, you probably know more about this guy than I do.
I kind of give a look over to Dorian with the knowing kind of be like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're doing this again, yeah.
Dorian just nods at Dominic slightly.
I'm still recording, by the way.
I'm gonna kind of walk over and just kind of sit in elderly with him.
Look at this. I'm the most popular person at this bar all of a sudden. Within the last 5 minutes, I've been approached by 4 different people. Look at that.
I want Dorian will stand up quickly, kind of athletically. He's essentially looks like he's about 19, 20 years old. Thin but athletically built, wearing one of those track suits with a hood on it. No obvious cybernetic enhancements whatsoever. Shaggy brown hair, youthful look, no facial hair. Not much to him. Not carrying anything. Not kind of nondescript. Kind of look like a young Hood or young Punk. And he'll just quickly saunter on over to where Dominic is and kind of mutter to Dominic. That guy was Media Group, the one that was just here.
Just a note, Medigroup. Medigroup. Yeah. And the old man hears you, and yeah, and they've been trying to force these one-longs down my throat. Payoff, silence me. But what good's the one-longs for someone who doesn't have anything left to spend it on?
And when Mr. Media hears him say literally like the payoff part, he just jumps. Is like, who's trying to shove these Wonglongs down your throat?
For the past month, after my granddaughter has disappeared, who knows where she's gone? Like these things happen, an intermediary figure shows up and offers you some money for your grieving, as if they are completely unbiased and unattached to the situation you find yourself in. This gentleman who thought it on himself to approach me was getting very adamant that I should accept his offer of 200,000 Wonlongs and just move on with my life. Well, that money's going to sit in escrow. And in about 5 minutes, and he eyes the drink, I'm going to end my life. I'm going to move on with my life. That's for sure.
Hey, and I put my hands over his glass. Just let's talk a bit. Let's talk about this now. Like,
fucking Yanks have no etiquette. That's my drink, man.
Looks like you ruined it. Can't drink it now.
what is my live chat saying?
That's up to you. I don't know what your live chat says.
You want me to control my own live chat? Okay.
Yeah, they're your audience members.
Yeah. Some of them are just saying PogChamp. The other ones are saying the other one is saying like knockout. Nah. Just let him drink it. Let him die. It's the usual sort of
Twitch. It's a Twitch chat. You got a Twitch chat going.
It's the people. Okay. It's the people that skulk the internet late at night.
You know what? Let's get meta. Your actual chat is the Twitch chat. Is the Quest and Chaos Twitch chat.
Go for it.
It is your actual chat.
Love it.
All right. So, as Dominic says, you can't consume that now. And he goes, well, I'll come back tomorrow. Fancy Mike will make me another one. It'll sit there until I get tired, and I'll have this debate with myself again.
What happens to the money? What happened to the money?
What happened to your granddaughter? That's the real question.
I was about to ask that. Camera's still on. Also, the microphones are my ears. So yeah, listening to everything too.
All right. So we were living together. Me, her parents, my son, my daughter-in-law.
Mute.
What?
Uh-oh.
Am I muted?
No, you're back.
Yeah.
No, you're back. You're back. You weren't making any sound though.
Oh shit. Okay. He said his son and his daughter were living. They were all living together. His son and his daughter-in-law and his granddaughter. When the revolution started, he's telling you this story. They felt obligated to join up on the punk side. Actually, fought with Mike, Fancy Mike, in the conflict where he lost his limbs. Unfortunately, they lost their lives, but they left behind their only remnant, which is their granddaughter, his granddaughter. And around the time of about a year or less than a year ago, there have been these disappearances of children, and that he goes on to tell you. And the scuttlebutt being that the crown is periodically culling the herd, by just happenstance that by regular common sense that they send KT-101, the kill team, into neighborhoods every so often to stem uprisings and also just to reinforce their authority. But he goes on to mention that it would be odd for them to be involved with something like this, but that's the rumor. And additionally, none of the disappearances of these kids are ever seen again. There's speculation of a Jack the Ripper. There is a, nefarious body snatching sort of, he doesn't have any resources to chase it down. And he looks at Emma and he knows that after the war and the disbanding of the police, there really is no authority to do this. So he's having to resort to deploying contractors and hackers and tekkers, and no one's taking him up on it because they sense that this is pretty dangerous. And, they don't want to, there are some jobs that not everybody takes. And he tells you that story. He's like, so still want to help?
This is exactly the lead that I'm looking for. I've been chasing this hunch for a very, very long time. Now, I'm more than happy to help figure out what happened, but you're going to have to help me out. I need to know every single detail about that disappearance, where she was, what time she was missing, what was the last thing she was doing when she was missing, etc., etc., etc.
She was sleeping. She was in her room.
In her room.
I went to check on her, as I do every morning, and she was gone. We are on the 7th floor of an apartment complex. She would not have let herself out of the window. She was taken. Taken by who? Who would want her? Who would be watching us? I don't know. But given the person who has put this money in my wallet, and he flashes the wallet, the one long wallet, which you can see, he flashes it on his Neuralink, right? It pops up a QR code that you guys can all connect to. And in there, he populates a thumbnail picture of this little blonde girl. Her name is Aiden Pierce. He populates also the Wanlong linked wallet. And as you know, with crypto, you can see that money is in a wallet and you can see who sent that wallet. And that previous wallet has a lot of activities on it. And he's goes on to say that my inclination is that this isn't the work of Jack the Ripper. This is directly linked to those bastards in Zone 3, which is why no one wants to touch it.
So what's the ID? So can I see this in my Neuralink?
Everyone who saw the QR code can see the information in this folder.
What's the ID on the wallet? Like
the ID, so IDs on the wallets are anonymous.
Okay.
But if you give me a hacking, actually give me a technology roll. Give me a technology roll.
This is not. This is
everybody can make a technology roll.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask whether or not I can sort of like figure out where all the previous transactions and where all the money coming in from came from.
Everybody
doing that. We've been raided by the Games Tavern. Welcome, guys.
Hey, welcome, Raiders.
For one of these Drizzed minis.
What?
Set of 4 metal miniatures. So that's hashtag chaos in the chat right now.
Chav Hunter 86. This might be up this game taking place in London might be right up your alley. Hashtag chaos in the chat for a chance to win that Drizzed mini. As this team rolls their technology rolls to see who is going to be able to loosely trace this wallet. Emma, was that your roll?
Yep, that's straight 15 for me.
Okay, so
Boom.
Oh,
two.
okay. Quick question: is this just straight technology? It's not related to hacking or
It's straight technology. Do you have
okay.
proficiency in that? No.
No. So my roll is a 14. The 10 plus
Plus
my
four.
plus 4. Yeah.
Okay. You can add your plus to the roll. So you can do roll 1d20 and then throw +4 in there.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Like Dorian did. So Emma seeing that wallet and also having to loosely search this before, because as a friend, you kind of wanted to see what you can do. You know, there is no specifically descript thing linking this wallet, but there are suspicions that this wallet is a basically shell organization linked to a corporation called the Medi Group. And what the Medi Group is basically the entity that's trying to completely privatize the NHS. They are your private healthcare system that wants to basically run everything.
Ooh.
Okay. And yeah. So do you have any other questions? Because
Oh, by the way, I've downloaded all this information that's been shared on this Neuralink into my sort of like my cloud storage up there. So
Emma, are you sharing this? There's nothing
Well-
downloaded if she's not sharing it, right?
well, I can see all the transactions though, right? So like the translation, yeah, I'm downloading. All that's being downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah.
and what? So just a little question about the Medi Group and like how long ago has that been happening? And like, do we still have prime ministers? And
So you have a king and a prime minister. They're folded into one and the same, and it's King Charles IV.
okay. And what about like local representatives? Like
No.
who's on the committee? Okay, so it's
You're
just
in zone 1, your local representative is the Mad Lags. In zone 2, the organizing force that are keeping things together are sprinkled in gutter punks by the name of the Carbon Chicks. They essentially keep the order, but they don't really care about the comings and goings. They're not like they're more of a collective group of individuals versus like an organization, since they're spread between multiple gangs.
so like did King Charles, like, because my question is more political, like who's been trying to privatize? Was it just King Charles that's trying to do this, or is everybody kind of saying yes together? Or
All right, Emma, an intelligence roll, please.
again, I don't know if that's my strong suit. Hold on. Meh.
Would you roll a 6?
That's not me.
That was me.
Roll.
Was it?
No, that was Mr. Media. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was testing the roll.
18.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
And that's
Yeah,
not
that
with your
actually-
+1. That's a 19.
yeah.
So with a 19,
Minus
you have a hunch. You have a more than a strong hunch that the rumors in this instance could be true. That the rumors of, that King Charles is, the preeminent sort of older playboy. He's kind of trying to do the dang thing, but also he's living a fast lifestyle and producing offspring. And some of his offspring are not able-bodied, and that the rumors of a potentially secret organ harvesting business mediated by the Medi Group might actually be true, and potentially doing this to get into the crown's good favor for a full corporate takeover of healthcare. You were that's where your QAnon mind just went, connecting all the dots.
And to add to all that, besides the fact that they're trying, you know what I mean, that the crown is, or somebody in, that the crown, the actual like police organization, is also probably giving protection. Like that's where my suspicious mind is. I'm like, it's an inside job within an inside job.
And so watching the old man watching the lights go on in your head, he's like, how about this? And he inside his Neuralink, you see him accept the payment of 200,000. And he goes, if you give me anything in regards to information or can bring my dear Adrian back. This is yours.
More than
Please.
happy to help you. More than happy to help you. The truth is all I care about.
I just crack my knuckles. I'm like, truth.
You and your newfound army, Emma, as he looks around to Dorian, to Mr. Media, and to Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Am I included?
Yes, because you walked up to Dominic, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you two are standing behind me.
So yes, you are included.
We can use this money, yeah, Dorian.
Oh, I can think of something to do with it. I can think about 20,000 different things I could do with it. Of course, I've got nothing else to do.
You know, I used to get upset by the motives of men, but if money gets me the answers I need, I'm all right with that. Thank you. Please.
And while this whole conversation is kind of going on, I'm trying to do a quick search, not like outside of the Neuralink, like in a different tab, if you will, as far as who Dorian is and who Dominic is. Like, what other kind of general information can I just glean off of that?
Is there? I don't know. Are you guys? So everyone would have some sort of online digital footprint. Have you guys gone through any way to mask it? I know. So Dorian, to the viewers, is a synth, but he is not a presenting synth. Monium, you could see he was hacked together full of parts. Dorian is basically a spot-on human replica of the Houston Dynamics Corporation. So he's pretty well polished. But if he's not hiding anything, a quick search would overturn that. So this is Dominic and Dorian. She's going to search you. What does she find?
So Dorian's been off the grid ever since he kind of went on his own. He's tried to stay off the grid, he's working with just the alias of Dorian and doing jobs that, of the illegal nature. So there, streetwise contacts, whatever, we'll get information about him because he's done other jobs before for several years. But otherwise, he doesn't have any legitimate ID.
Got it. So I would see kind of a hole, like to my eyes, I would see a hole, or I would see things that are obviously like fake, like.
Yeah, kind of a lot of bad fakes, probably.
All right. When you look up Dominic, you see like he's on like muscle car websites, and you can see places where he's typed his password into the chat. And it's password. And he's.
What's your intelligence? Just out of character. What's your intelligence? Do I need to be concerned?
13.
Okay.
But my technology,
Oh, wow.
My technology is 10.
Oh, okay.
This
Got
is not a tech
Bit of a
savvy
dull.
group. All right.
Oh, I have +4. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, with that, Fancy Mike, kind of the first time you've seen him crack a smile, Emma, but he smiles in the direction of Mr. Pierce, and he kind of gives him, he's like, an I feel good about this nod. And inside the Neuralink that you guys are all connected to, which you have not let Dorian and Dominic into yet, you can do that. But inside that Neuralink, to Mr. Media and Emma, he mentions that the man who was talking to Mr. Pierce is still standing right outside.
Okay. So I point to go scan the code. Like I point to Dorian specifically. I'm interested that he scans the code. This one I'm concerned about.
All right. So
join the chat.
You guys are all connected now. There are 5 people, including Fancy Mike, inside your chat. And you can all now Neuralink mentally text-based communication, voice in your head.
Hold on. I just need to get in on this. Where is this? Where do I look? Do I look over there?
I'm going to send the QR code to Dominic, and I'm just going to put a big sort of like hologram sign of like Mr. Media pointing downward and just be like, here.
Can't stop but look. Just like, huh?
And seeing this, Fancy Mike smile, looks at that, and it kind of turns to a frown. It's like, shit, maybe you are screwed. Sorry, Mr. Pierce. Yeah. So now that you guys have got your info and your potential money, where do you want to go next? So you're standing basically the back corner of a bar. People are still milling around. There's not too much kerfuffle, but it's just kind of like an ambient tekker bar, and people are sitting there talking to each other. Not really making notice of you guys, but yeah, it's just kind of the comings and goings.
Dominic's gonna head outside and light up his cigar as an excuse to get out and see what's going on out there.
Jordan wants to send a text to everybody and essentially say, we know Medigroup is claiming responsibility. That's one lead. Another lead, of course, is the time and date of the disappearance. We can check for cameras, footage, evidence of the hall, of the apartment, the neighborhood, individuals around circling, surveillance cameras. London is full of. We will have many leads.
So as you step outside, Dominic is the first one outside, and to your right, propped against an adjacent building, you see what you recognize to be that man is basically clad in black padded jumpsuit, pretty surgical, in nature. And he's sort of like scrolling through a HUD as he smokes a cigarette.
I'm gonna go over and be like, "Got a light on you?"
And he reluctantly pats, and he kind of throws out a mini blowtorch. So, how about you support your own fucking habit? And he lights you up.
Thanks.
Perception check, Thomas.
All right. Don't discount all that other good stuff that happened on the inside.
So
10.
for a 10, you don't see the Medigroup insignia that Fancy Mike had let you know about, and Dorian reinforced.
Hang out, because I'm not a people person really, so I'm just gonna hang out there and see what happens.
Quick question: Are
Yes.
there any CCTV, any like surveillance cameras on the outer sides of the bar?
Give me 1 second to check. So I am going to reveal the bar.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because for reasons I'll explain later. And here we go. And Dominic is outside over here. Nondescript person. So you guys were back in the corner back here talking to this old man. And the only cameras that you see through the botnet that you ping unless you want to hack are the ones inside this bar. Give me an intelligence check, Mr. Media.
Yeah. Straight intelligence.
Yep. I don't know unless you have a plus to it.
Hold on. Yeah, I do. So this isn't a skill check? It wouldn't be perception or hacking or investigation. It would just be straight intelligence.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is this a skill?
This is why D&D fight. I keep thinking intelligence. We are going to go with perception.
Perception. All right. That's one of my better skills. All righty. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Natural one.
I would have gotten a card if we were true to form. Twice I would have gotten a card. Actually, I don't know why. Tomorrow we're playing with the Nord Games luck deck. Sorry, I just didn't pull it out today. So you don't really just remember. As far as you can tell, the only cameras are inside the bar.
Okay.
Yep. And as the dude is smoking a cigarette, he kind of stops his scrolling and he still sees you like meandering, and he gives you a look, and he just kind of paused and just like stares you in the face.
Right.
Fuck off. Thanks.
Thanks for the light. He just kind of goes to the other side, but still out there.
And as he does that, the man in black kind of finishes up his cigarette, throws it on the floor, and crushes it. And he looks at you as he walks away.
Do we see this? Emma, Dorian, I know we don't because we're in the.
You're still in the bar.
Yeah, and unless
Actually,
Dominic tells me.
I in the HUD, I go, subject is leaving. If we want to tail him.
Hey, yo, we
Need
gotta
someone
track
other
this
than-
guy. No, this guy needs to be
The
followed.
message. Follow him. We should tail him.
Yeah.
I can do it. You want
Oh,
me
I
to-
can do it too. Trust me.
I can do it better.
plenty. Oh, okay.
I'm better
I
at that.
mean,
So where do you guys go now? Do you guys go outside and meet up with Dorian?
I'm gonna-
Dominic?
Yeah.
I want to go outside, but I want to change my look before I leave the place.
Do it up. What
So,
do
I
you
mean-
describe what you're doing?
Dorian will just with a click of interior HUD, he's going to go from the tracksuit to more of a laborer's outfit. And before he opens the door, he's changed outfits inside the bar. He doesn't care, but when he exits, he'll have the laborer's outfit with a cap on, gray, big, thick jacket, something like a dock worker would use or whatnot. Just a very different look to him. Maybe try to stand a little taller as he steps outside.
Okay. So you're all standing outside the bar. Move your avatars. I will not be moving them for you.
Yep.
And you meet up with Dominic.
And I kind of in the HUD I indicate he went that way. I'm gonna circle around and hang back because he knows I don't want him to be suspicious of me. So you guys.
And I'm not going to meet with Dominic. I'm not going to talk to him. Just use the HUD, our internal conversation. Go right past, walk out in the direction of where Dominic's leading me via text messages towards this guy, and try to. Once I get a visual on him, I'll try to stay about a block behind.
Okay.
In the Neuralink, I'm going to say now that I've walked outside, can I see like sort of like CCTV cameras, sort of like any just electronics that is around the area?
Okay, so as you step outside of the bar, you are greeted with the hustle and bustle of the Zone 2 streets. You see billboards, you see random things that you know are associated with the botnet. What you don't see are specific CCTVs in this area, which London prior was a monitoring nightmare. Basically, they would record everything, CCTVs everywhere. In a revolt, they've only kept up the ones that they found useful. So the ones documenting all public life outside of places and establishments have largely been torn down. What you do recognize in a street down and like half a block down in an alley is through the fog, you recognize that there's some Afro-Caribbean party going on in the street. These celebrations to Mr. Media would be weird, but to the rest of the people familiar with Zone 2, like spontaneous dance parties and celebrations of life happen regularly. What that does is it raised the ambient tone of the city to where, footsteps probably won't be recognized. There are people, the alley that you are standing in front of, people are regularly walking past. So it was very odd that Dominic would stand there after getting a cigarette and not saying anything and just kind of want to stand next to this guy. So he just decided to out his cigarette. Like, what the fuck? And walks down the alley. So Dorian, am I to say that you went down the alley as well?
That's right.
Okay. So down the alley, what you see is some piping, a staircase leading down to a locked door, which you probably know is like a storage area. You see some random carts and boxes and burnt trash and things randomly littered everywhere. But you also see that there is a massive building to your right, and a billboard on the outside of the building that is Fancy Mike's, but it's just an advert for something else. So, but it does provide some illumination through the fog. And you see standing in front of you that man who is now gone back to scrolling and is slow walking away, but has lit up another cigarette.
So Dorian will continue the same pace, uninterrupted. Mark the guy in my HUD so I know where he is. I'm tracking him internally. And I'll keep walking. If I go past him, I go past him. I'm not going to do anything suspicious. I will ping his location, my location back to the rest of the party, but continue on my path in a innocent fashion.
So you're going to walk past the guy?
I'll keep my pace. If he slows down, I'll maintain the same pace. Like I don't even care that he's slowing down.
Okay, so he moves up a little bit more, and then you advance a little bit more, and he, in his scrolling, he stops and he looks up and he looks at you, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he goes back down. When he looks at you, what do you do? So he stops and he casually pulls and he scrolls, but then he looks and does a double take at you. What does he see?
So Dorian has a neutral expression, uninterested, and is essentially attempting to convey no emotion.
Do you stand still abruptly? Because you were moving at the same pace.
He will maintain the same pace regardless of what this guy does. So if he slows, stops, Dorian just keeps walking, pretending like he's not following, doesn't care.
Okay, so Dorian keeps walking.
Yes.
All right, so Dorian is walking past him.
Yes.
And as Dorian is walking past him, the guy is like, "What the fuck?" And as Dorian walks past him, right around the corner, as Dorian gets about 10 foot past the guy gets really upset and he throws his cigarette down. He's like, "What the fuck?" Because this is an obvious dead end. And he's very suspicious that you followed him in there, because around the corner, you see 4 more people dressed similarly, basically loading boxes into crates. And they all stop, and they all basically get up and they like look at you and they give you like a what? And this dude comes from behind you and he is now brandishing a pistol.
Were we following slightly behind as well?
No one said that. No one said anything to that.
I was trying to say that, but okay, well, too late now.
Just ping my location. So Dorian in this dead end will start looking for a doorway, stairway, like he's just looking for a place to go.
Perception check.
And while he's doing that, how far is he? Because I'm assuming at this point, the amount of time and the pace he's walking, he's about a block or 2 ahead of me.
No, so he is. You can see him.
Okay.
The guy didn't turn that far. This is real size. So he's about 180 feet away. In Dorian's panic scanning, he sees basically straight wall, trash bin, container, and a little nook back here. And one of the guys, reveal area. There you go. One of the guys.
Where I parked my car.
Yeah. One of the guys walks up to you, and he's moved his Detroit Industry SMG out in front, which it wasn't holstered before. It was holstered before, but now it's like semi on display. And he goes, "So sup then?" And that I learned is British jargon for "Can I help you?"
I'm sorry, I'm looking for the back door.
What are you on about? Back door. And he gets really close to you, and
Old man running.
You're running in?
No, I'm getting to the part where I can see what's going on, or peek around the corner.
So Dorian, they've now the man that was talking to Thomas, who lit a cigarette, has now grabbed you by the back of your jacket and has thrown you against the wall, and they are both frisking you.
No,
what are you?
So he is
following us, mate. As he's tapping you, you following us, huh? Don't worry.
Both hands up. All right, looking for the back door. Not following. Going
and
back door.
As they 12 out. So as he's patting you down, he recognizes that the texture of your body is a little bit too firm and alloy-y. Okay. So no real problems here disposing of a fucking Pinocchio, as he turns you around and holds up a gun to your head.
Okay, so So this entire time, after he sent back his location and sort of like the status of everything, I'm assuming us three have been slowly tracking him to his location, right?
Yeah, you guys would
Yeah.
know where he is for sure.
All right, cool.
And peeking around the corner, if he pulled a pistol and turned him around, I'm gonna fire on the guy.
All right, I'm pulling out the revolver. All right. Turning
So
that shit up.
Dominic, I'm gonna move you up 5 feet because as you see your friend get hemmed up, you start to get a little aggressive or concerned. And when you see the pistol come out to Dorian's head, I'm going to give you 1 free shot. This is at 60 feet. Who are you aiming at? 60 feet is the closest, and that I assume that's going to be disadvantage.
I don't think so on the pistol. Hold on, let me see what the range is. It's not on here.
No.
21st century pistol. It's got the thing on it.
Mhm.
21st century pistol has a
50.
40 feet.
Yeah, it's 40 feet.
So
Yeah.
this will be at disadvantage, but a shot might take the shot.
All right. Hold on. Let me figure out roll 20. Where am I?
Oh, by the way, my revolver is out too, and
All right.
I'm prepping it too.
Got it.
Yeah.
Guns are drawn. 15 and 9. So with the 9, you don't hit, but the shot that rings out in the crowd in the alley ricochets, and everyone ducks down for cover. They have loosened their grip on you, Dorian, and I just
Do we
killed
roll
the
initiative?
spider. When we come back from break, we will be rolling initiative. So we are going to go into our first break. I know we did a hashtag chaos Drist giveaway. Are we going to reveal that after the break or before?
We've already rolling. It is Warrior Streak.
Congrats.
Who won. Congratulations. And we may have a Nord Games deck giveaway at some other point tonight. On another raid, we'll do another giveaway.
Stay tuned. We're going to try to keep this to 5 minutes. We're going to have some assets going during the break, but we will try to be back as soon as possible. Thank you guys for joining us for the part 1 of Holy Fire. Oh, wow. Okay. Welcome back. We are back from break. I'm Warren, the DM for today's Carbon 2185, and I am joined by a great group of players here for the second half of episode 1, season 2, or episode 17. However you want to spin this. We're having a lot of fun today as the gang encounters their very first combat. So leading up to this point, the team had the team had signed up for a mission to recover a lost child, and a nefarious character who they followed down an alley with more to tell than he lets on, essentially led Dorian down basically an unknown ambush. They didn't intend to ambush him. He just got, the curiosity might have killed the cat on this one and walked into a dead end where this group were loading items into a crate and just idling. It's a very visible dead end, one way in, one way out. So when Dorian made his walk down as if he belonged there and clearly didn't, it stirred the group's curiosity about him. And at the point where they were threatening him, because they had made him for a synth, but also because he was kind of like trespassing on, their operation here, they were getting ready to execute Dorian point blank when a shot rang out in the distance of Dorian's friend, Dominic. That shot missed, but it broke up the grapple of the two thugs in Dorian's space and caused them to reflexively kind of crouch down into a semi-combat stance, and the team is now going to roll initiative.
All right.
Roll for initiative.
I got a big old 10.
7.
Wait, +2? Okay, make sure my modifier's right. Yep, that's correct.
13.
Nat 20.
Hey.
So, we do not have the cards on display for today, but the gang is going to start with 4 inspirations. For that nat 20, I will say, if you want it, Thomas, you can take an additional inspiration.
Oh, I was going to say additional shot. Yes.
What do you think?
An additional info? Yeah, I'll take it. So we
All
have
right.
5.
Yep.
So they have 5 inspiration. And Dominic, after missing his first shot, is going to be up first.
Can we get some bumping battle music here?
I'm working on a urban renewal sound set. Let's do it.
God knows what we're going to get.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get. No, we may hear it if this battery's not dead.
So does Dominic get to go first? And
Here, I'll shoot.
Dominic, find it.
motherfuckers?
Dominic followed by
That is
Emma?
followed by Emma.
shit. Actually, I would have actually walked in if there's anywhere to find cover. So I would have walked in to lose disadvantage. I missed anyway. So walk in 10 feet because I lose disadvantage, and now I need to dive for cover.
All right, move your character really quick before we do that. What is your dexterity, Dorian?
So Dorian's dexterity is a 16.
Is it
+3.
modified? It's a +3.
+3, basically.
Okay, yeah. So you rolled an initiative the same as this gangster, so you will go before him because your dexterity is higher. So he takes a shot, he misses, and advances behind that cover. That cover is, you are now full covered.
All right.
Emma,
quick-
you are up. What's up?
Quick question. Anyone on the team, are they this version, like this universe's version of a rogue? Does anyone get like sneak attack?
Dominic
I don't think do I have sneak attack?
You do have sneak attack. It's you put it on the character sheet.
Ah,
I got something for you. Okay, just making sure. Metagaming.
I do not.
I got something special. Okay.
I need to look. All right.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
So
on my
I'm
character
going
sheet.
to, is that, what's his name in my, okay. So I'm going to also step up right here and butt up against Dominic, the somewhat useless rogue. And then I'm assuming I only see one bad guy on the map. This one right here.
That is a canister of oil.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a canister of oil that's leaking oil. And
okay.
there is
I
2
see.
right
Got
here
that.
in
Got
Dorian
it.
space, and then 3 down here.
Oh, so the
Okay.
third
How
one.
do
too.
I get rid of this?
So there are a
Oops.
total of 5 bad guys. Dorian can see all 5. You guys can see the 2 in Dorian's space.
Okay, so it's I'm able to shoot the one that's next to Dorian.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
what is
ruler.
your weapon?
I have a black market SMG,
What is the range on that?
30 and 90.
So this shot will be at disadvantage.
Ooh, I don't want to do that. So, and there's no cover.
There's no cover for that guy, so his AC is going to be whatever his AC is. If you wanted to use that inspiration you got from Thomas's shiny 20 initiative roll, that would offset the disadvantage here.
Does anybody want to second that?
I'll
Yeah,
second that.
Okay. And then
I can give people attack advantage. They just have to go after me, though.
okay. And then before I do that, I'm going to go into a Fury,
All right.
which I'm assuming gives me a +2 damage to this, correct?
What does it say?
Fury advantage on strength checks and fortitude saves, +2 on damage on strength something or another. Hold on. You know what? Let me roll to hit first.
So, I am under the impression that wait.
11.
11 hits.
What?
ACs
Yeah.
in this game are pretty low because they're operating under the assumption that no one is standing in front of a bullet array.
Okay. So and it's +2 to the damage. So if I make a weapon attack using strength, it's a +2 to damage.
Yeah, if you use a strength weapon attack.
But does the SMG count as a strength weapon? Because that's my modifier. But I'm not like hitting him.
No, it does not.
Okay. All right. Let's see if see if this actually works. So for 7 points.
7 points of
Nice.
damage to
Yep.
that guy. And he is peppered and feels all 7 of that damage.
Got it. And then I'm going to move back behind Dominic. Oops, I'm not in the mover thing. And push him forward and be like, "You're up, buddy."
Oh, my knees.
Don't draw on the map, Alan.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to do the ruler thing. I don't know how to get rid of it.
I'll get rid of it.
Okay, sorry.
Stop drawing penises on the map.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Media is what he does.
That makes sense.
Oh my God, he's like Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon. What is his name? The Monday Night Football guy, the old guy who used to be like, "The X is over here, go on over
John
there."
Madden.
John Madden.
That's it, John
Summer.
Madden.
John Madden. Yeah.
You're gonna John Madden the battlefield as all your viewers are watching.
One of my favorite lines from Monday Night Football. This is funny. Where he's like, "They really got some inside penetration on the tight end there."
You know, if you keep talking like that, I'm gonna push you out into the gunfire.
So, you hit him and you hit him good. He, that got through his Kevlar and he's, spitting up blood. And it is Mr. Media's turn.
All right, cool. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna use my nose for trouble. So I can look at a creature within 60 feet of me, and it reveals its weakness and blind spots, and I can broadcast this to all my allies.
So you're going to have to move to get within 60 feet. You are
Gotcha.
just out of range right now.
Okay. So this actually, can I dip into those are stairs going down, right? So I can have cover from chest up.
So
like
if
a
you
hole?
cross, you're going to have to go under the pipe. But
Oh.
if you go over those stairs, I'm going to get an athletics check. Because you're going to have to jump over. The stairs are leading downward. Right? That's a gap in the sidewalk.
No. What I'm trying to say is I want to walk around onto the sidewalk, then down the stairs, and sort of pop out like a foxhole. Can I do
Okay,
that?
you want to use the stairs as cover.
Yes.
All right, yeah, absolutely doable.
Am I close enough to that guy?
Yeah, you were close enough to both of them.
I'm
gauge.
still 45 feet though. All right, cool. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my nose for trouble, and I'm going to broadcast this guy's weaknesses and blind spots. Does he have any weaknesses?
Which guy?
The one that's holding on to Dorian.
So the one I'm highlighting right here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So the one that's holding on to Dorian is pretty half dead.
Oh, okay. Can I? Okay. The
You already
cover thing
called
is
it.
weird. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, whatever.
His weakness is that he has no resistances, armor, bludgeoning, none of that stuff. His Kevlar suit is basically for show.
All right, everybody knows that on the team, and it says that the next time an ally makes an attack against that creature, they get advantage on the attack roll. I'm assuming that doesn't count me, even though I'm the scanner and I can pop them.
So if you are the next person to make an attack on that person, the advantage will go to you. Since most people are out of advantage range except for Dorian, it would negate the disadvantage. So that would be a straight roll.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to take out my revolver, and I'm going to take him out.
So is nose for trouble an action or a bonus action?
Bonus. It's a bonus.
Bonus action. Okay. And what is the range on that revolver?
40.
So it's a straight. You're gonna waste it. It's a straight roll. Dorian's got two of these guys in his face.
Can I move one more block?
Yeah. So I'm gonna apply. So you haven't used your action yet, right?
No.
Okay. So dash, is it Thomas? He would get his full movement for using that action.
Wait. What?
Well, but then you can't use the action.
Yeah. So if you want to use dash and go another 30 feet, you can't use the action.
Okay, forget it. I'll just shoot at disadvantage with nose for trouble. It's going to negate that, so it's just a straight roll then.
All right, let's do it.
Come on, don't suck. I rolled another nat 1. Wow. Wow.
Out of a D20, you rolled a 5. So,
that's 3 nat 1s for you, Alan.
So before I shoot, I'm actually going, because I'm live streaming this to my fans right now, and I'm just going to bring out the revolver. I'm going to say, any Second Amendment fans out there? And I'm just going to let one rip.
Bang. And it ricochets. Dorian, give me a D20 roll.
That's what I thought. Yay.
What's the damage on the revolver, my guy?
2d8 plus 2. Let me roll that.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's a
do we want to have Dorian like re-roll that? I mean, we're going through inspiration like crazy, but like 2d8.
Two for a reroll.
Wow.
All right, re-roll it, Dorian.
All right, re-roll it.
Great.
2d8's like a lot of damage,
Yeah,
bro.
it is. Good old America. Good old Americana.
I rolled a 6 instead for my second roll.
All right,
It's
Mr.
It's a little.
You know what? No, this was the game. No, this is the game. I was gonna be like 1d8, Alan. No, roll me some damage, Alan.
Nah. Okay.
Hey,
Roll a 5.
All right, Dorian, you get pinged right in the shoulder. Zink. By this revolver bullet from this guy you just met. This loud, boisterous asshole from the bar. Yeah, and now Dorian, that is Mr. Media's turn.
Do I have any more movement? Because I was on the stairs. Do I have any remaining movement left?
If you went down the stairs, I would give you 5 more feet of movement.
All right, I'm gonna go down the stairs just so I'm slightly covered.
All right, you are in 3/4 cover.
Okay, cool.
And Dorian, it is your turn.
All right, Dorian's just going to drop the hologram so that his outfit is just a black matte, nothing looking outfit. The hollow skin's completely off. Pull his mono edge katana out.
Nice.
And then, do I have advantage on the guy right in front of me?
No, because it was wasted on the shot that hit you.
All right. I'll just do a regular attack on the guy right in front of me, the one who's already wounded, essentially.
Yes.
Just
Okay,
go right into his gut with the sword.
All right, let's see it.
23.
23.
Ooh,
Let's roll
nice.
some damage on that. So you come out with after you get peppered, you still, you drop your hologram clothing in reaction, pull out the mono edge katana and start swiping and stabbing at this guy for 14 points of damage.
Yeah, one clean slice right through the gut.
Let's do this again. What is the damage on the katana?
14. It's a D8 plus a D4 plus 5.
Poof.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, 14 points of damage. Describe how this gangster dies.
He cuts him in half with the mono edge katana in an effortless motion like a knife through hot butter. It's right through his gut, right below the Kevlar. It cuts him in 2. And then with an action surge, I want to turn and hit the guy right to my right and bring the katana right back into him.
All right, so you swing around wide to this guy.
That's a 20 to hit him.
20 to hit him. 20 does hit him. Let's see it. What's the damage there?
That's a 10 damage on that guy.
1 second, making sure because this guy is very different.
And the sword ignores resistance. It goes right through the armor.
Yep. Okay. So that guy's off the board, and you've done 10 points of damage. You've got this guy's attention for sure as he looks up at you and he's like, "What the hell?"
All right, and I've got a move action left, right?
If you move, you will incur an attack of opportunity because
then I will keep him between his buddies and me. I'll stand right in front of this guy with his buddies behind him so they can shoot their friend. Maybe he's cover. I don't know.
So where are you moving? Because
I want to maintain my position, right? So he is.
His friends are over here. They right now have line of sight on you.
If I can just scooch a little bit so he is between his buddies and me.
All right. So as you cut, you start to swipe and parry to the right in an effort to kind of like line them up differently. So now it is their turn, and these gangsters hearing shots and seeing their buddies fall are going to start to look for the shooters. So 5, 15, 5. This guy walks over to this area, examines the body, and then turns around and starts to fire at the head that they can see. 35 on the
how much AC boost do I get for 3/4 cover? 5?
+5.
All right, gotcha.
And they have their 21st century pistol, which will give me a +4 for a 20. So these guys
just
are
barely.
not your run-of-the-mill.
Just barely.
And for this roll, it's going to be a 2d4 +1.
All right.
Max on each. So these guys, so the guy runs up and he sees his buddy get pinged. And as he's crouched down on a knee trying to examine if there's life in, he looks over and he sees you through the crack in the floor, pulls out his pistol and just starts blasting. Raged up that his friend has been hit.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, that hurts.
The second gangster comes around the side. He looks, and 5, 10, 15, 20, and he decides that the best course of action in the chaos, because this is all in a matter of 6 seconds, starts to maneuver around the side, and will fire. He sees where his friend fires. He's also going to fire the 21st century pistol down that alley.
All right. Yeah.
13. Pink,
misses.
Pink, pink, pink,
19 AC.
19.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the remaining bad guy turns around. Let me measure it up real quick. And is going to run directly at Dorian.
Good.
So he is in your space. And he's running at you, yelling with a phase shift knife out. And you see that he also has a pistol holstered, but he's just kind of like, ah. So on that roll, he's going to get 1d20 +4 for 17 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits me.
Okay, for 1d6 +2.
Let's see.
For 3 points of damage, he comes in and he jabs you up real good. His friend, also holding his side, is going to try to grab you and pull out his pistol at point blank range and fire the one that he was going to blow your brains away with. This is going to be a disadvantage, but it is a +4 to hit.
Do I have
14
reactions?
I've got
and
16.
5. So as he's basically leaking out, he looks pretty bad. He can't get with you parrying his friend and that knife fight happening, he can't get a clean shot and he misses. And with that, we are back to the top of the order. Dominic, you are up behind full cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out and just kind of kneel. I want to kneel down as close to this thing as possible. So I'm using some of it for cover, maybe not all of it, but just kind of.
You will have half cover. So Alan has 3/4 cover. You will have half quarter from these guys.
All right. And telepathically, I go, as soon as you do that thing again, I got this guy, and I'm going to ready an action to fire.
Okay, gotcha.
On this guy, he's within 40 feet.
Cool. That's your turn for now.
Yep.
All right, Emma, you're up.
Okay. So I see that he does nothing and go, oh, for fuck's sakes, old man. And basically, oh, wait, hang on. Let me move. So I move around him, like, just, excuse you, and get, like, use my 30 movement or whatever to get me.
That's
what
20.
Is it?
That would be 20.
Okay.
What? Yeah, that'd be 20.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit closer just so that I have range. Oops, my head like got weird.
It's actually, I give it to you. Yeah, do it. But
Okay.
now you are uncovered.
Yep, I'm completely uncovered. But I am furied, and so I will go after the guy, the first shooter. So whoever, I can't ping him, but like whoever shot that one.
That guy.
All right, so I don't have disadvantage anymore. 19.
19
Yep.
hits.
And I did forget last time, since I am furying, I have Sengoku, which is an extra 1d6 damage on a ranged weapon when furying.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm gonna have to add a 1d6 to this. So hang on a second, let me add, it's a 5.
What is it called, and why do you have that attribute, Sengoku?
Yep, and I think, I'm like, it's because of something. Probably because I'm a daimyo. So basically for 6 points of damage. And that's just regular bullets. I haven't bought any special bullets lately.
And that does some damage. That significantly hurts this person. As you charge out, blasting.
Yep.
He's peppered, standing with no cover. And Mr. Media, you've just got pinged by that same guy you just saw take a bullet. You are up now.
Yeah. My chat is going absolutely bonkers, and they're just laughing at me. They're putting the lol face emote. So what I'm going to do is, Dominic, did you mark, like, which guy did you ready your shot for?
The one that Emma just shot.
Oh, I mean, do you feel like it's kind of pointless now? But I mean, I could.
I do actually feel like it's very pointless now. Like,
okay.
I got this, and then you're just like, oh God, old man. And then you just go,
okay.
But your readied action is for that guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's the trigger? What's the
It's
trigger
for
to that?
when I have advantage.
Oh,
Okay, so the readied
okay.
action is for advantage whoever Mr. Media puts it on.
Yeah.
Whoever he knows for troubles next.
Okay.
I would say that guy. I would say, as Emma ran out there, I'm like, fuck it, don't bother.
Okay, gotcha. So who's the asshat that shot me?
The same one that Emma hit, but then you've got a guy over here, and you've got other two engaged in close quarter combat with Dorian.
And Dorian is next in the initiative order, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And there's 2 people next to Dorian, right?
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna use my nose for trouble, and I'm going to mark the other one that's next to Dorian, not the one that Emma hit.
So
Is that
knife
within
guy
60 feet?
or gun guy?
Oh,
Okay.
there's 3 next to you.
So here's the layout.
Yeah.
Dorian's got 3 people roughly in front of him. 2 of
Okay.
them are attacking him, and one has their back turned, and that's the one that Emma just shot and also shot you. So there are 2 on Dorian and 1
Okay.
facing out shooting at the charging Emma.
So 3 total. Okay. So I'll mark the one that's specifically focused on Dorian. So I'll mark him with nose for trouble. So
Which one, knife or gun guy?
let's go with knife.
Okay, so this guy is getting marked with nose for trouble. And that guy has ballistic resistances.
Which one is it?
There is no weakness really. But if necessary, he can call on an action surge. So here are his benefits.
All right. And for my action, I'm going to move I'm going to move within 30 feet range of the guy that is next to the oil barrel. What's the like the 30 feet range from there? Is it like
okay, so 30 feet. You're going to use 5 to get out of there. So you're going to go 25 feet. That's the most right here you can go. If you want to get that close. If you want to get this.
I want to stay 30 feet away from him. Like where would that be?
Right where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's no cover there. Okay.
There's no cover.
All right. I'm pissed that I got shot, so I am going to use my overcrowd HUD. So, oh wait, this is a bonus action? Oh, damn. I can't substitute that with an action, can I?
No. And you used your bonus action for nose for trouble, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my fault. I thought this was an action. I'm just gonna shoot the guy in front of me.
Do it. You guys are dueling now.
All right. Come on, Second Amendment. Come on, good old 2A.
The chat poll is up. Is this the day he dies? It's like it's going back and forth between 60-40.
14
hits. Let's do some damage.
All right, 2d8 plus 2. And I'm just going to say, God bless America. Grand total 12.
12 points of damage in one go. Describe how he dies.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a classic sort of like Overwatch McCree. I'm just going to put my hand on top of the trigger on the revolver and just pull back on the trigger while I shoot.
So you're doing basically hammer style.
Hammer style. Pang, 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 pang. Yeah.
All right. So that hits. That guy dies. The revolver is spent because you hammer flashed it. All of the bullets are out.
I just mean one. I didn't mean like the entire thing.
You said this, dude. You've used your bonus action. So
I think you're taking me a little too literally, but okay.
That's what else do I have to take you on?
That was the flair for the. Okay.
Is this the new minigun drama? Is that what this is? You said you hammer fanned it, right? That only.
No, okay. I said one. Okay, but it's fine.
I didn't hear one. I understood it to be.
I just threw 50 grenades down there.
Okay.
Quick load that thing. Just quick load.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Is reloading a bonus action?
It is a bonus action.
Fair enough. And I will just stand there recording everything I see.
All right. So that guy is off the board. And Dorian, you are up.
The guy with the knife is going to be Dorian's target, and he just effortlessly brings the katana lightning quick right back into that guy. So a quick slash on him. And let's see how.
Get advantage. Yep.
I have an advantage. I'll roll it twice. So 12 is my best roll on that guy. Actually, I'm sorry, I was rolling the wrong thing. I apologize.
Hey, you're rolling the wrong thing. Yeah.
Okay. 12 wasn't going to make it.
Oh my God. 21. There we go.
21 hits. Let's roll some damage on that.
Now the sword damage on that guy. That's 15 damage.
15 points of damage. Describe how this man dies.
The katana goes effortlessly through him, through his Kevlar. Basically, just like his buddy, it's a sideways slashing motion that just cuts him in two. And part of the top part tumbles to the side as he falls backwards, unable to even contemplate what the hell just happened to him.
All right. So are you going to move, or are you going to keep this one guy in your space?
I'm going to keep this one guy right in front of me, and he just brings the katana right back into position in a moment's notice, and facing off with this guy, waiting for my next turn.
All right. With that done, the gangsters are up. Hearing the battle behind him, he kind of backs up a little bit as this charging monstrosity comes at him, and he is just going to fire off again with the pistol for 22, aiming at Emma.
Yep, 22 hits.
22 hits.
Yep.
For a 21st century pistol, which is 2d4 plus 1.
And I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Did you apply that last time?
Ballistic is not bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Oh.
You have resistance to ballistic, yes?
No, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. That's it.
Yeah, no. So
Okay.
this is going to go through with 5 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Juice, 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 as he fires and starts to, he's firing and walking backwards because he sees you charging. The other gangster in front of Dorian is pretty bloodied, and he drops his pistol and picks up a phase shift knife and tries to stab down with the remaining strength he has on Dorian. 20 plus. That is also +4. 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Actually 7 to attack.
Yeah.
And he misses with that first swipe, but he's going to action surge it.
He's a fighter.
To take his backwards backhand swipe. This mercenary, which is what he's labeled as in the book, page 229, misses with his second follow through.
The shout out to the cheaters here.
Misses with his second follow through, and at the end of his turn, he is basically, knows he's at the whim of this synth with the magical katana, and we are back at the top of the order.
I'm gonna scramble.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Come on out here, old man. The water's fine.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Keep one alive.
30. That puts me finally within range of somebody with someone next to him. So I have advantage. No, I don't have advantage, but I have sneak attack.
Yes, and he is squarely facing Dorian, so I would give you that sneak.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
For 5 points of damage, and I don't know my sneak attack. I think it's 2d6.
That sounds right.
2d6 upward inflection.
That's third level.
Feels like it.
Yeah, it's a rogue.
1d6.
2d6 at third, I think. Yeah. Or is that at fourth?
Can you look in there on the scoundrel? I know it's 1d6, so I'll roll 1d6. So that's 10 total points.
10 points of damage.
Yep. And if I get another d6.
Sneak attack is 1d6. Well, beginning at first level, once per turn, you deal an extra 1d6 to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll.
Third is 2d6.
At third, yeah.
And
Third,
yeah,
okay.
14 points of damage.
Nice.
How does it end for this guy?
He's just staring like peeing his pants, looking at this black-clad synth slicing through people. He doesn't even see the pistolman behind him.
And
As he
just
scrambles up, holding his knee.
And drops this guy in front of him. That Rich leaves us with the one remaining gangster, and Emma is up.
I look over to Mr. Magic Mouth. Do I really have to keep this one alive?
Yes, I need to interview him. Disable him. That's okay.
Disable him. So he's what? He's 30 feet.
You
so
guys
that's
are shouting this out loud as he slowly
Yes.
backs away.
Yeah.
No, this is in the. Aren't we Neuralinked right now?
You didn't call it, so he's
No, I
hearing
didn't.
this.
I'm insulting you in front of everybody.
Okay.
She's furying too. It's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
So I'm going to use my move 30 feet, and I'm going to then take the butt of the gun and essentially use it like a baseball bat and swing to hit him. Don't ask me how I do that.
1d20 plus, I don't know, melee. Do you let's
It's the same,
let's just
yeah.
say let's just call it. Let's give it a baton's attributes.
Oh boy.
Which I think is 1d4.
Yeah. So roll 1d. It's your same roll. So you,
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
plus 5. Yep. Okay. So 17 to hit him.
17 does hit. Let's do some damage.
d4 plus 3.
Okay. So
And she's raging as well, right? So she's got.
Yeah, so the strength gets
Yeah.
factored in.
oh Jesus criminy. Okay. I might accidentally kill him.
Yeah. Didn't you just call out?
Yes.
You were using
Yeah, I did sort
Non-lethal?
of pseudo call out that I'm using non-lethal. So what do I do to roll that though?
Same thing.
So roll your
Just roll it.
normal damage. Yeah. So you also realize that this guy in the melee of this whole thing,
Mhm.
actually no, he has been damaged.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yep.
he hasn't actually. No, he has not
not that
been
one.
touched with a bullet.
Okay.
Nope. So he is unfazed. So you can call out non-lethal damage and
Yeah.
we can do that. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a nice roll for you to reach that threshold.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to do non-lethal. And it's a D4, D6 plus 2. And of course, that's garbage. So that's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage gets his attention and bloodies him up.
Mhm.
Was that with your rage damage or your fury damage?
Yeah, because it's the 1d4 to hit him normally with strength, and then it's a plus 2 on anything plus for strength, and then my Sengoku is a 1d6. So that's all of that compiled, right?
Mhm.
I hope.
Okay.
Sounds right to me.
Feels right.
But he is still standing. He got popped in the nose with the gun, which staggers him back in the direction that he's going anyway. And now Mr. Media is up. This guy is bloodied, but still standing.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna walk within 30 feet. What's the
You're
can you
40
move
feet
me-
away.
Yeah, I'll move 10. So let me move myself right there. I think that's
Yep.
30.
30.
And I'm just gonna tell him, all right, red coat, it's time to talk. And I'm gonna use a bonus action to use my overcrowd HUD. So as a bonus action, I could choose a creature within range, which is 30 feet. The creature must succeed a mind saving throw, or his HUD becomes completely overcrowded with ads and pop-ups. So what I'm making these ads and pop-ups are, I'm just gonna make it the most eye-searing pain of just pure sort of like pop art of Mr. Media, and just be subscribed to the Cyberwire, and it's just all over the place, just pure adware.
All right. What's the
Saving throw?
saving throw?
It's a mind saving throw. My saving throw is a 14.
14. He does not have plus to that, so it's going to be a straight, of course, straight 20.
All right. So now
Six.
he is filled with nothing but the Cyberwire pop-ups. Subscribe to the Cyberwire, and he is blind for 3 rounds.
All right, so he, drops his gun in reaction, and his HUD is overcrowding, and he's clawing at his Neuralink.
Yeah, it just pop-ups like, yeah, subscribe to the Cyberwire. Yeah, give me your money. Yeah. And I'm gonna walk. Actually, no, I only have 30 feet of movement.
You've already used 10.
Yeah. Can I reload as an action or only as a bonus?
Overcrowd HUD was an action, right?
Overcrowd HUD was a bonus.
So you can't reload. Oh, well,
Okay.
actually, what do you, Thomas? What would you allow a bonus action as an action in D&D?
Well, is
For something like this, I mean, I would. I mean, if
Yeah, because isn't
like
it?
it's like a healing potion, right? So
Yeah.
if you want to use an action, you can.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to use your action to reload, kind of slowly filling your revolver, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's my action. I'll just reload my gun and I'll just stay where I am.
All right. Dorian is up, and there are 3 corpses, 2 of which have been cut in half in front of you.
So Dorian will advance just a quick couple steps over to where this fellow is. He appears to be blind. He has no weapons, right?
No, he dropped his weapon, and he's just like clawing at his own Neuralink, which is in his temple.
Okay. Dorian, I'll quickly sheath the sword behind me, change the look back into standard looking clothes, and I want to try to grapple this guy, grab him behind him, grab his arms, get behind him, try to hold his arms there while he seems blind and doesn't even notice me.
Okay, so just straight opposing strength checks.
All right, let's do that. That would be, for me, it's plus.
Nat 20. So
Oh,
he is flailing, and
Oh my
he
God.
is just like panicked because of these HUDs. So it's going to be really hard to corral him. I automatically succeed on that grapple, I'd imagine. But
I got a 9, so I didn't beat his nat 20.
okay, so yeah, now he knows where you are in the world. And now it's his turn.
Yay.
Blinded.
Advantage with attack.
It's in the back.
This guy.
Where
Okay,
is-
so
Here. Or vehicles.
he's spun around, and he knows the orientation that Emma is behind him, and he's going to turn and yell at you, Emma, fully angry and frenzied. He's gonna say, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna rip your goddamn head off." And that's, you know, that to be a gangster threat. So you're gonna have to make a DC mind saving throw.
Oh shit.
She's a samurai. She has good mind, I hope.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Mm.
20 plus 1. I got no brain.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
D6 isn't even going to help that, is it? No.
why not? Why not give it a try?
Because then it's not going to reach.
You don't know that.
I don't know. Do you have even if
He's blind for
it's
3
a
rounds.
12.
He's blind for 3 rounds. It's fine.
All right, so Emma is now frightened of the gangster, and you must make efforts to move away from this gentleman until he's dealt with, or your frightened condition ends.
Yep.
So gangster threats, right? When a gang member makes a threat on you,
It's
they mean
legit.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they fucking mean it. This guy wants to kill you. And that is the end of his turn. Actually, he is going to move towards where he thought Emma was and move out of Dorian's space for an attack of opportunity.
So I get an attack.
Yeah, he's stumbling forward blindly and yelling obscenities and threatening to people.
If I take his leg off, will that still kill him? Is it possible to call a shot, like remove a leg?
It won't kill him immediately.
That works for me.
Okay.
So do I have to roll disadvantage for that, or just roll?
No, it's a straight roll because he's leaving your space. There's no disadvantage.
Yeah, I got a 7 on that attack roll. Probably not.
So you swipe. This guy, like, coincidentally, his flailing and thrashing is like he's missing some big hits. Incidentally,
There's an organic motion to it that you just can't comprehend.
Dom, you are up now, top of the order.
All right, I am holstering the pistol, just like I saw the katana go away and pulling out. So holster the pistol, pull out the baton, flip it out, and non-lethally smack him over the head with it.
All right, let's roll it. So you run up in his space and hit him on the head with the baton. In the background of this, rhythmic Afro drums banging. The gun decibel is only slightly louder than the music, so nothing's out of place.
Okay.
Really.
So it is going to be -2 to this. Natural 1.
Nat 1. I really wish I had the cards. I would have 3 cards right now.
We're winning.
That sucks.
He just is like, yeah, do this all the time, and just whiff.
Just throw
Oh man on the ground.
Blind guy. We can't even hit the blind guy.
While you whip
I have
the
advantage. I have
Wait,
advantage.
you have advantage against attacking blind characters.
oh yeah, so the first strike you make,
2. It's a 2.
this is awful. So his organic motion, right? He's like holding his head and he's crouching over and he's dipping straight, and everyone's whiffing as they try to hit this guy flailing through the alley. It's like that O.J. Simpson scene in like, what is
Naked Gun?
Naked Gun. He's just this is hot. So now it is Emma's turn. Yeah, and you're frightened.
So I'm frightened. So what I would naturally do is, this is within a double move, so I'm gonna go jump in the stairs.
All right, that is Emma's turn. Mr. Media, you are up and loaded.
All right, so my overcrowd HUD ends at the end of my turn. So this is the second turn. Okay. Wait, this would be the first. Wait,
This is your first turn since you cast that.
Yeah, since I casted it. Okay, so this is the first turn. So by this point, the ads have turned from ads for my internet show to ads. So just essentially pictures of naked me posing in like angelic Greek forms. and it's still hutting all over his eyes. So what I'm going to do now is
Psychic damage.
yes, psychic damage. The glory of Mr. Media. No, I'm going to use my bonus action to use Nose for Trouble again, and you can skip the weaknesses and stuff. It's fine. For my
damage reduction, no resistance.
Okay, cool. I'm going to walk. Actually, I'm already in gun range. I'm going to shoot his kneecap.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm going to roll with advantage. All right. I'm just going to shoot his kneecap. Whether he bleeds out is whatever. I'm sick of this guy. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's a 19. That's a 5. I'll definitely take the 19.
All right, so I will give you the 19. I'm also reading up on Nose for Trouble. It says an ally, so you can't cast it and then use it yourself. But
Okay.
since I've already set the precedent for this battle, we will let that go. And a 19 does hit. What is the damage?
All right, yeah, that is 2d8 plus 2. Good old Glory taking out the knees. 13.
13 points of damage. You basically blow each of the revolver shots go into each knee, and it completely inverts the kneecap, bringing this guy down. He's not dead, but he's probably going to be knocking on death's door pretty soon. And that will bring us out of combat since he was the last combatant. The frightened condition has worn off, and there is for a few brief moments, the overcrowded hut is still in as it dissipates, and he's flailing, kicking the nubs, and yelling. And then he sees Mr. Media, and he's like, "You sick fuck!" And he's trying to get up and claw, but he's way too weak to do anything. But this guy's got the constitution. Maybe you think angering him in his last moments is not the best way to.
All right. So this entire time, the cameras were on, the mics were on. I'm he's on the ground, right?
Yeah, he's on the ground.
I'm just going to kneel down next to them, and I'm just going to tell him, "Hey, yo, you, what's that one-legged British kid? Tiny Tim." Right? Wait, no. Did he have one leg? Yeah, he did. Wait, he did have one leg. All right. Did he have one leg?
Was it Oliver? Is that it?
It was the Christmas Carol. All right, whatever. Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Okay, I'll go with it. Hey, yo, you Tiny Tim red coat motherfucker. I've seen a lot of shit in my life, and don't make me change these ads to what I saw that Nigerian prince doing with gerbils and hamsters. All right, tell me everything you know. I want to know your social security number. I want to know your mom's name. I want to know all your dead buddies' names. Who do you work for? What do you do? Everything. Tell me right now, or else you see Nigerian princes shoving gerbils up their ass.
Alan, make a D20. Actually,
persuasion.
Alan, give me. Do you have intimidation? That was a threat. That was a threat.
Intimidation is a -2.
Yeah, let's see it.
I was like, not persuasion. That's my.
I was gonna say, what do you call him, Tiny Tim? That sort of nailed the, put the nail in the coffin for your -2 intimidation.
Is there a negative to this, or do I just lower? Okay, I'll just. Oh, wow.
We can subtract it manually, or you can throw it in there as a -2.
I rolled a 7.
So as you're saying this, you're mid-sentence, and when you finish up about Tiny Tim, you get a fat globule of mucus right on your right cheekbone. He spits right in your face.
Dorian wants to move forward and then place the katana ever so gently against this guy's throat and pose it there and see if maybe that will get him to stand still and answer some questions.
He stops squirming and he looks at you, and then sort of out of the corner of his eye looks at his like cut up buddies, and he looks down at his knees and he's angry, but he starts, sobbing, but he knows this is it. But you've got his attention.
You should answer the questions.
The fuck do you want to know, man?
Like I said, I want to know your social security number. I want to know your mom's name. I want to know your buddy's name. All right, who do you work for? Who do you work for?
Medicorp is taking people to use as human subjects, biological samples, testing. What are you doing?
Well, if you already know that, mate, what do you need from me?
Confirm.
It's confirmed. All right, got it on camera, got it on my ears.
He needs to confirm. Will he confirm?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's happening. Yes.
Where are you taking them? Where's the facility?
Emma, give a perception check.
And at this point, I'm waiting until Mr. Mike,
Magic Mike,
Mr. Media looks away, and then I'm going to get up from off of my back. That's not on camera.
All right, 24. So it's a nat 20.
Wow.
Nat 20. As you walk up to this guy, the reason why you were so intimidated before, because you see him, you know him to be a member of the gang called the Mad Lags, which is a gang that runs District 1 with an iron fist, completely uniform. Their power is unchallenged. As recent moments, they've been expanding their territory into Zone 2. And this is a member, not a high-ranking member, but it's, you've stumbled on a Mad Lags operation, you believe.
Okay, so I walk up to wherever he's at, put my foot on his knee, and just start pressing down and being like, how do we get into the lab?
Okay, so how do you get into the lab? He screamed, what lab? What the fuck are you talking about?
Where they're doing
Where
the
the kids
experiment.
being taken.
Yeah.
People are being taken. Yeah.
The facility where they're taking the human subjects.
Fuck you.
I switched to the Nigerian prince, shoving hamsters up his ass.
And he just kind of, if you're gonna kill me, fucking do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Nope,
Nope,
I
go
take it
ahead.
back. No, I take it back. I was like, I was gonna end this, but I'm like, nope.
Just wait. Just wait.
Do they use retinal scans and eyes for access?
You can potentially hack a Neuralink, and look for data there. You wouldn't need him alive for that.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive.
I have computer interface. Within 10 feet of is this considered a computer terminal? I don't think so.
In order to access his Neuralink, which would be a computer terminal, he'd have to be dead.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll wait for him to bleed.
So the foot is on the knee, and he's screaming and writhing. You asked him where the lab was.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "We don't have a lab in District 2. All of the hard work is done in Zone 3.
What's the location?
We just transport the bodies, man. We just act as an intermediary. We don't know who it goes to. We just hired by the Medi Group to secure the personnel. People they want by name." He's screaming and yelling.
Where do you take them?
And at that point, he stops screaming. He slows down, and he's like, "Come on, man."
Where do you take them?
An address.
I want in the list. Where's the list of names? Who sent you the list of names?
I don't have the list of names, man.
Who has the list?
The list is probably kept at our remote point in Zone 2. Here.
Send me location.
And he pops up, essentially projects. It's a mini projection in his eye of a GPS coordinate for a nondescript building on the edge of the outer zone and on the edge of Zone 2. You see multiple latitude, longitude check-ins at that location from his Neuralink. And as he does that, has that projection up, it slowly blinks out and fades as the light fades from his eye, and he dies.
So what were they doing before we got here?
There were crates, right?
Check out the crates.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll hobble over and check out the crates.
So
as they check out the crates, I can interface his dead body, correct?
Yes, give me a
Sounds
hacking
personal.
check.
Okay.
But give me a hacking check.
I'd like to do the same thing with some of the other bodies as well. I want to pull my hacking kit out with the wires.
Give me a description of what you're doing and what you're looking for. Both of you. First, Alan, make your roll. First, tell me, and then make your roll. What are you doing and looking for?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull sort of like a plug-in wire out of my wrist, and which is basically just a large keystroke injector. I know, and I'm just gonna plop that into any neural sockets that he has, and I'm going to just run a bunch of key commands. I'm gonna try to breach everything. I'm specifically what I'm looking for is I want to know the chat logs of sort of like the communication that's been going on between him and his buddies. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Hacking. Okay.
Give me that as a straight hacking roll.
Straight hacking roll. Gotcha. I got a +4 to that. 9.
So you find that his Neuralink is a little bit more robust. Outside, basically what you got on what he gave you is what you were able to confirm and scan. So he wasn't lying to you, but the chat messages are encrypted and you are unable to hack it.
Gotcha.
Dorian walks over, and what does he do, and how does he do it?
Dorian has a hacking device also attached to inside of one of his arms that he uses, and he wants to plug into the interface of one of the dead bodies, the guys that he chopped up, and he's basically looking for virtual or digital wallets. So ID, money, credit cards, travel pass, whatever the digital wallet information these guys would be using from a day-to-day basis, which would be surface data, I would assume. So he'll plug into the first one and try to access that.
All right, give me a hacking roll.
23.
23. With a 23, you are able to see that Wanlong wallet connected to Mr. Pierce that paid him out is also paying out these gang members in increments. So you are able to make a connection with that wallet ID from that Medigroup member to these individuals. So you know that they are directly connected to the disappearance of Mr. Pierce's niece.
Yeah, Dorian just internally flags that information, attaches to the group data, sends that as a text attachment. Once he's done with getting the wallet ID information, basic information, can I take money from these guys as well? Is that possible?
Yeah, can we loot the bodies? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So looting is different than stealing their Wanlongs. So stealing their Wanlongs, I would give you a 30 hacking DC to attempt to crack their crypto wallet. Not impossible, but like potentially you could do it.
So I have to roll a 30.
You have to cumulatively roll a 30 with your skill and maybe a D6 on top of that.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
But with that, you looting the bodies, you find the weapons that they have, phase shift knives on each of these members if you want to gather them. The weapons, grab it, add it to your inventory. The weapons are bio-locked to them, and you can't use them unless you pay 10,000 Wanlongs per weapon to a black market weapons dealer to remove their fingerprint in order to make the weapon useful. So you probably decide to leave their firearms since it's probably also traced to other crimes and tracked.
Great.
Yes.
Lovely.
But what you do find on that main Medigroup member that he didn't get a chance to use was one MK frag grenade.
Dorian will offer it up and said, "Does anyone use one of these?"
Do you want me to use one of these?
No.
I'll
I was going to say, should we give it to the old man? Because obviously he can't hit shit.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Maybe. No, actually, never mind. He probably can't throw either.
Who's proficient with grenades?
I don't use it.
I have I used them off plant.
It's a light weapon.
Yeah.
I got proficiency.
Things.
I got proficiency.
I'm tops at throwing things.
He can take it.
Dorian just offers it up. First come, first serve. Whoever wants it,
Okay.
grab it.
All right, take it, Dominic.
Yeah, Hef. That's why I made it high. Like you're gonna hack a crypto wallet. Like, not doable, but pretty tough.
What did you say? Mark IV, Mark I?
Mark 1, Mark 4. Yeah, right. Nice try, Mark 1.
So, I have two questions. What's in the crates, and then was there a vehicle around here to transport the crates?
Recording.
So
I just put my hand in his face. I was like, please stop this.
Also, Dorian, you recognize in the HUD that they were going to potentially stage an attack and an incursion to secure another nearby child, which you guys have staved off by basically killing them here. So inside, there are various, basically all the light armor. And inside is 2 nanopacks.
Oh, I'll offer those as well back to the old
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna take a nano pack. And in fact, I forgot, what does nano pack do?
Nanopack is 2d4 plus 2 to heal.
Okay.
Dorian,
I took some damage.
Dorian, you're up front a lot. I think you should have one of these. It works on you.
Do those work on synths? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll nod. He'll take one and tuck that away.
Yeah.
And then I'll do my self-repair routine is what I'll do, which is the second wind.
Do it.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'll do that right now to kind of try to patch myself up in the meantime.
So the visuals in my mind about how the nanopacks work are they're quite literally nanobots, which work to mend and aid the healing process. I know like maybe proteins or something, but I'm gonna play these as microbes that also help synths as well.
Sweet. All right, so I just healed myself for 9 damage, which brings me back to full.
Sign it up. All right.
So do we get an actual name of the person that was targeted?
Yeah.
No, but you get like a GPS geolocation that you know is around the corner.
Because
it's not far.
Good. I mean, I'll tag that information and attach that to the group as well through our internal text group.
I think.
Gotcha.
We should go see who that is.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the crates or anything. It was just.
So you got the 2 nanopacks, and in the crates are an assortment of light armor. These guys are going to put on some light armor. They never got to do that because they were preparing. So if there's light armor in there that fits you, that you can wear, you can add it to your inventory if it's worthwhile.
Is there anything I have a ballistic vest?
Yeah, so 3 of these. So here's what's in here: a padded jumpsuit, which is disadvantage on stealth, a tough leather jacket, dex 11 plus dex, Za Corp Kevlar jacket, which is a DR2 to ballistic, a Kevlar jacket, which is a DR2 to ballistic, and it's 12 plus dex, and a concealable ballistic vest, which is 13 plus dex and a DR2.
Ooh.
And
I can wear that.
I already have a concealable vest because I thought that was part of the character build.
Yeah, me too. I have 13
I don't have one. I want to. Can I take the most advanced one we have in this group of this?
Yeah, he can take it.
Yeah,
because we already have both.
The concealable vest.
Yeah.
Yep. So your AC is 13 plus your dex now.
Which is the same AC, but
okay. But now you get the
ballistic protection at least.
You get the damage reduction of 2 to ballistics.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, we should at least talk to this person and see how they were chosen.
There's other leads too.
Yeah.
We need to figure out who this person is first because we don't have a name, right? We just have an address.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
get out of this alleyway.
Yeah, we should get out of the alleyway.
In the distance, you see the passersby. You know, your fray was largely obstructed by the canisters and the trash and the pipes. But it's an alley. It's before, somebody, Wesley wants to come back here and shoot up some crush or something. In your mind, you do know that this is probably, you don't want to be stumbled upon, especially with a dead group of mad lags. That you mostly all know, except for Mr. Media, is very odd that they're in zone 2.
Yeah, so let's find this person and again, try not to record everything. Tokyo was a mess.
You were in Tokyo?
No, I saw it on TV.
I was in Tokyo.
Is
got it all here.
Is he broadcasting all of this?
Oh, of course.
Don't worry, I can blur your faces out. It's all good.
It's too late. Let's go.
It's
on a live stream. There are millions of clips and highlights already populating your internal network of the snippets of the fight that you were able to see within your peripheral, which was basically most of it. So now there are internet forums IDing and, coming up with backstories and searching the webs for all three of you to find out more about these other characters. So you guys are now, gaining some internet notoriety. Congrats.
If the Mad Lags view these videos, they will, of course, come after us.
Mhm.
And DMing here, you probably know the internet is full of trolls. So someone might probably send an anonymous email with this video package uploaded to the Mad Lags at some point.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. I'm not going home.
No point in cleaning this up. It's already a mess.
Nope.
Well, at least you got Mr. Media clout now. So yeah, you're famous.
What's that worth?
Fame.
I'm not really interested in being famous.
No.
Well, anyways, let's get to work.
So as Mr. Media struts out of the alley, you guys are greeted by the bustling city street of London. That Afro-punk dance is still going on. It's basically a party in the street. You guys are a little bit bloodied up, but like it doesn't stand out.
Well, Dorian just changes. He puts a different hologram on, so the blood is all concealed.
So you guys are totally able to mix in, with the exception of this Yankee strutting around. And in an augmented reality view, you have two pings. You have the location of the child, which is in a building across the street and up the stairs. And you have a location on the outer skirts of Zone 2 that was pulled from the HUD of the dead Mad Lag.
And do we know it's a child, or are we just assuming? Because you said child.
You're assuming that it is a child, but given the information that you were able to pull with that role, that Dorian was able to pull with that role, you're piecing together that this was about to go down.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mr. I'm sorry, Media. If you don't mind, I'd like to go up and just talk to him quickly. I'll relay anything. But no cameras. No cameras.
Are you good with human children?
Well, me
yeah.
personally.
Yeah. Children love old people.
Oh, they love old people.
Oh.
I'll give him some candy.
Don't do that.
I recorded you saying that. Yeah.
I need a helmet.
The memes are coming. The memes are coming.
Creepy old man.
You know what? I closed my eyes, and what used to be blue now is a very flat gray. So
I think he's turned it off.
Let's go up, because I mean we need to keep this private at least. Thank you.
I'm cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are on the clock because before he signed off, all things internet and crowdsourced. His viewers are like, what do you think they're doing next? Oh, they got to be staying in this area. They're hitting up their networks.
Okay, yeah, let's go quick. So go up to the.
Is there a name on the door? Anything like, is it an apartment where you can see last names?
Land shark.
There are no discernible. It's just like button, but you don't need to hit them because the door is ajar. But you see a pin drop about 7 flights up. So you feel like it'll take you right to the door.
As I start going up the stairs.
Perception check. Oh, okay.
Wait, all of us or just Dominic?
No perception, passive perception. You see there's an elevator. It's just your preference to take the stairs.
Yeah, I'm taking the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, just to be clear, it's only Dominic that's going up?
It's up to us.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm going behind him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah,
just behind.
I'm coming too. I just won't go to the front door. I'll probably stay, down the hallway or something.
Okay, so you guys climb up the stairs of this sort of decrepit building. It's actually not that bad. There are a myriad, I never know how to say that, of odors hitting you, some good in terms of ethnic cooking and some bad in terms of like, this is clearly where someone urinated. But there seems to be, people either walking through the hallway who don't really take notice of you as you approach this door marked number 7 on the 7th floor. And there is a pin on the other side of the door you guys are standing in front of, and the pin is moving.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna knock.
As you knock, the pin stops, but the pin sort of stays where it is. And a door opens, and this woman, blonde hair, missing teeth, scraggly, missing like methy teeth, sort of boils and pus on her face. This is a very, very clear sign that this person is a Wesley. Is looking out. It's about time. Guys were supposed to be here an hour ago. Little bitch is in the back. Did you bring the crush?
Yeah, my buddy's got it out in the hallway.
And she kind of reflexively looks down the who?
Dorian just looks at her but doesn't know what the hell is going on.
I grab her and so
Yeah, I'm further back. I'm further
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
And
I'm
I
the
grab
furthest.
over him and grab her and push her out of the doorway.
Aggressively or like
No, just like that one, and push him towards
him over there, him.
yeah, so that we can pass her and get her out of the doorway.
Okay, so she speed walks over to
Mhm.
Dorian. And as she speed walks, you guys enter the house.
Yep.
I actually just kind of nod, and then in the HUD just be like, you go. I'll watch the door.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. So
as-
I go back and just be like, Dorian, or just like, I'm going to HUD to Dorian. She's coming looking for Crush. Just put her off for a while.
Understood.
And as you walk through, this is a Wesley den.
Mhm.
And you see the little pin bounce back and forth as you cross between hallway to hallway. You're a little tentative because like light is silhouetting through. It's a little smoke filled. But like, you know it, to be a junkie home. And
Is there other people, or is it just, okay.
From what you can tell, there's no one else other than when you turn the corner and you see this miniature inverted triangle pin hovering directly on the apex of this little girl who's sort of bouncing around playing with a doll, and turns around to you and says, "Hey, is my sister with you?"
She's out in the hallway. What's your name?
My name is Emma. What's your name?
My name is Emma as well, but I don't think we're related, Emma. What's your last name?
Elma Salvo.
Oh God. Okay. And what's your sister's name?
My sister's name is
Just asking for hard stuff.
Aubrey.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. I don't know if I'm able to actually relay that, and like, you know what? I'm going to wait on that. Emma, where's your parents? Are your parents around? Do your parents? Do you have a mom or a dad?
Mom, dad joined the war and never came back, and mom and my sister stay here until one day mom went to sleep and didn't wake up. So since then it's just been me and Aubrey, and she's been taking care of me. She brought me these nice dolls, told me we were going on a trip.
By this point, I walk up to the door.
Yeah. I was about to say, we've got like, somebody's got to help me get her out of here, because like, I don't want to grab her and take her, but she's got to get out of here before her sister makes another deal.
I know this is a bad idea, but Pierce might be able to watch her.
What about Mike? Disco Mike.
Might give something Pierce to live for.
Right.
That's a good idea. I'll say internally.
Camera on, by the way. Sneakily.
Deception.
For me? Or...
Deception and if anybody wants to. No, actually, so you said camera on.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Wow, 5.
Camera, you don't care anymore. Bink, camera comes on as you walk through the door. Hi, who are you?
Oh, nothing. Who are you?
I'm Emma. That's Emma too. My sister Aubrey
Yeah.
is in the hallway somewhere, and we're about to go on a trip.
We're
You
all
coming?
gonna die.
Yeah.
Emma, let's get you we're gonna go ahead and get you started on this trip. And then I start like looking for her coat or shoes or just something to get her out the door.
Perception check.
It's
I want to roll dice.
I know, I'm like, where's my dice?
Also, can I also look for any sort of like computer terminals, like electronics in this place that probably has like data stored in it?
Mr. Media, give me an investigation check. While that's
Yes,
happening, Emma is
Yep, it's a 10.
looking around, and you basically what's on this
13.
girl's back is what she has. If you salvage anything out of this den, it's not
Okay.
you're not gonna really want to wrap her in it.
Okay.
13, Mr. Media, you look around and there's not really much tech outside of things that everybody has because anything worth value has been sold.
So no technology at all in this place.
No technology besides the technology that does the wiring in the house and all the quality of life stuff.
Okay.
So
I still
Emma,
got
are you
Aubrey,
ready to
right?
go?
Yeah, I was ready this morning.
All right, let's go.
We were
We gotta
waiting. They
hustle.
were supposed to go. Okay.
Yep, we're late.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, let's go. And she
All right, so-
hops up and skips and she like grabs your hand.
Yep,
Go,
so
go,
we're
go.
going. I'm just dragging her behind. Like I'm 10 times bigger than her, so I'm basically like she's probably dangling as I like get the hell out of here.
Where is Dorian and Aubrey? Are they in the hallway?
I got him in the hallway right now.
So you guys are gonna walk towards them with that.
Oh shit, there's no.
They're
Hey.
coming in.
As you guys walk
Mhm.
out holding her, you hear Aubrey scream.
I've got your dose. That you wanted that's their substance that you enjoy. I have some of that for you.
I am prepping overcrowded HUD just in case something gets hostile. It's blindness.
So
it's not
she says, "Yeah, my dose. It's supposed to be several doses. This is a fully functioning, pristine little girl here.
How many doses do you want?
There was supposed to be a full crate, a case of Crush, right? Get me and my mates off for several days. This one dose was not the agreed deal.
I've got the case located behind an alley. Or I'll describe the location we just came from. Is where the case is.
This was not a part of the deal. You were supposed to just come, grab her, full exchange, and she angrily stomps off. You told her there's Crush to be had in an alley. She's going to get Crush in an alley.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
That's where it is.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Just from all the things that we've heard, I like Neuralink without saying out loud, do we trust the old man? Because this lady sold her kid or sold her sister for Crush. I don't know if we trust taking this little girl to Pierce.
He is the client.
Did he sell his daughter though? I mean,
And is now sad about it.
and in full of regret?
Sense. Everyone roll sense motive
Ooh.
for your memories of your interactions with Mr. Pierce.
That's it. I'm proficient.
I am proficient as well. I've been rolling like absolute
Yes.
Will Wheaton garbage.
too.
A 3.
Dorian does not pick up
16.
on subtleties. All right, so Mr.
Yeah,
Media
14.
and Emma, Emma more so going back to the history of this person is trusted by Fancy Mike. They've got some war involvement. They fought on the same side. That would mean Fancy Mike is corrupt and complicit in trying to get people to help in this. So you essentially sense that the old man is like really authentic and genuine about wanting to take his own life. Alan, Mr. Media, is basically hearkening back to like, I got a pretty good sense of when people are lying to me. That old man was, if he could have helped it, he would have held on to his little girl.
Mr. Media's got a sense of, this is a heartwarming story of like old man and
He's got
adopted young girl. This
Hey,
is
yo,
like
totally. This is gonna be lifetime material. Woo.
No,
I like this
Mr.
one.
Media's got a sense of bullshit, right? He's done this before. The only reason I can say this with full confidence, the only reason Mr. Media is still alive is probably because he can sense the jig and when he's being set up. And this is not one of those moments.
Yep. So I'm gonna hail a cab or whatever they're called again.
So the old man and you're following behind the Aubrey, the woman, which goes to an alley which is next door to the bar. So if you're going to Mr. Pierce, you're basically going in the same direction as she is, and you realize she's probably gonna be upset if she doesn't find what she's looking for back there.
Is he
or
still in
maybe
the
dead
bar,
bodies.
or do we think he went home?
Well,
You would.
I think
Yep.
let's just wait. Let's just wait until she gets into the alley.
To the part. Should I tell him?
One at a time. Dominic and then Dorian. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you guys.
I was just like, let's just wait till she goes in the alley, and then let's run across and get in there without being seen.
All right, and Dorian will message in our text chat. Should I just go kill her?
That's fine. It's just another drug addict.
Well, hold on. Do we really have to kill her?
Ryoga would have.
I'll message back. Why not?
Who?
Tokyo.
I'm going to stay out of the conversation of whether or not they want to kill her or not. I'm just
I'm gonna say no. Let her.
Yeah.
She's killing herself.
All right, I'll just text back a little affirmative and keep going.
So as that happens, you go downstairs. She goes deep into the alley and her silhouette disappears. Dominic saying she's killing herself stems images of you guys of Crush. At this point, everyone knows someone who's been affected by Crush, and Crush is just a deteriorating substance. Once you start, the addiction rate is 100%. There is people who have tried it and people who haven't. Like those are the two camps. But it eats away at your brain, and her appearance to you guys shows that she's in the very late stages of her addiction.
So what I'm going to do is, she's in the alleyway, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our old alleyway.
I'm going
All the
to.
bodies.
I'm going to go with up. That's what I was thinking. So I'm gonna go up within overcrowd HUD, 30-foot range, and I am going to overcrowd her HUD, and I'm just going to, so she doesn't see the dead bodies. I'm going to make a bunch of like rehab clinic pop-ups, just flood her eyes.
So when that happens, she starts screaming. She holds her eyes, and a Wesley screaming, flailing in an alley is just like another scene. So it doesn't really, it actually keeps people from going down that alley. So it helps in a lot of ways. So now what do you guys want to do?
Get the
Let's
hell
get
out
the
of that
bar.
alley.
No, I'm going into the bar with the
Yeah.
girl.
Let's go
Yeah.
back.
Let me get the hell out of the alley.
And as you walk in, Fancy Mike polishing another glass. Oi. Yes, but that's the wrong little girl.
We know.
It's a little girl connected
Yep.
to this entire case, which I think is pretty big.
Are you
So
saying that
we're
out
working.
loud? Because if he is,
Oh,
I'll
wait.
put my hand over his mouth.
Okay, the Neuralink chat.
So no, you started to say it out loud, and then
Okay.
she put her hand over your mouth.
Okay.
And Fancy Mike goes, so why'd you bring her here?
That's you guys, not me.
Yeah, Neuralink. I tell him there's no place else to go, and maybe this will keep Mr. Pierce from drinking the blue stuff. And then head back into the corner.
She and in the Neuralink, she was on the list to be taken next.
Mm-hmm.
There's a list. This is good. This is good, guys.
By
Whoa.
name. They're trading girls for Crush.
What?
I've been downloading everything that's been going on in our Neuralink chats, by the way. Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
It's the mad birds, the mad dogs, the
The mad
The
libs.
mad lags.
Mad legs.
yeah,
Mad
the mad
legs.
lags. They're
Mad lags are trading children for Crush. There are tons of children wandering around in Zone 1. Why not stick to their own? And Mr. Pierce isn't a Crush head. Look at him.
He's an alcoholic.
He's drowning his sorrows. You would too.
I don't do that stuff. So
His alcoholism is a result of what's going on, not spurred on by it. There's something more here, but this
I'll
is
message-
promising.
There may be a link between these girls, perhaps some genetics, DNA, other traits that are there searching for with these human female children.
And as you say that, technology check, Dorian.
All right. Let's see.
Warren, I sent you a message on Facebook, by the way.
I replied.
Yeah, okay.
So just regular technology?
Technology. 15. With a 15 technology roll, without DNA information, you see that she is a demographic match to a T to Adrian Pierce.
Right. And I think I'll highlight about 12 or 15 different traits I note, and I'll just put those in my text chat real fast and bing, 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 as far as hair color, eye, size, skin, tone, bone structure, kind of analyzing this little girl and Mr. Pierce and making some various connections and assumptions based on my visual observations of the two.
And so Fancy Mike starts to smile, and he goes, and this is very rare. He comes from behind the bar, where he's thundering. And now that you see his right leg is also fancy and decorated with an augmentation, he comes out and he walks up to Emma and the little girl. Oh, what's your name? I'm Emma. That's Emma too. Are we going on a mission? Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I've got a friend who I think, has a bunch of toys and would love to meet you. And we'll keep you until we take you on to the next leg of your adventure. Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds great. So he grabs the little girl and he walks into the back corner. Some time passes and you can see originally that Mr. Pierce is hesitant to the idea, but he amicably agrees. And there's some comforting exchanges, and he said, "Hey, oi, I've ordered you a mini cab. It's outside. Get some rest, please. Feed this one, and keep a cover. These guys are on solid footing. This is the most progress we've had to break this." And he turns around, the old man and the girl in the mini cab, and they leave.
A quick question. Do we still see the pin on this little girl as far as our HUDs go?
Yes.
I'll message everyone. They could still be tracking her.
Is there any way we can remove that ping, maybe overwrite like the source code on it?
No, but you get an idea. You get a general idea that this group was tasked for this person. So you're probably also operating on borrowed time in that regard, before they need to check in. But the fear of another group pulling her down probably isn't likely for the time being. But you cannot remove that pin. That is your inclination. And Fancy Mike turns to the rest of you and he says, what now?
We have a meeting location, the location they were to take her. That's our next stop.
That's
something about this just, I dropped my New York accent. Something about this just doesn't make any sense.
Well, hopefully in that second location, we get a lot more answers and we find a lot more children. I think that would be a gift to this entire zone.
And the second location is, where did I write it down?
It's in zone 1.
It's in zone 2. It is on the outskirts of zone 2 and the outer land. So it's like on the fringe of zone 2.
Okay.
Got it. So we don't need any help getting out because we're already in 2. It's not like we need help getting into 1. Okay.
Mr. Media technology roll.
Yeah. Just straight technology?
Technology plus whatever. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
23.
23. Okay.
So while this is going on, Mr. Media's kind of ADHD talking and he's got a hand over the mouth. So while the hand is over the mouth, Mr. Media is inside his own head, pulling more data about that GPS location. And he has brought a bunch of images to you guys of the compound area. And it's really, most buildings in district in zone 2 are connected. This one stands alone and it's got fencing around. And it is lightly patrolled, but if you pull up in a minicab, probably someone will see you. Someone will see you approach if they're outside.
I think we need some wheels. Some very stealthy wheels.
Yeah, speaking of stealth, Mike, is there anything, I don't know, anything that you do other than selling drinks?
You gotta
Anything that
hook
can
up.
help us on this mission.
Got to hook up on some costumes, maybe some sort of like service truck.
We can dress like the Mad Lags or the three of
Archers
you.
and bullets,
Oh.
perhaps.
You know,
It's a hard no.
I said, sorry,
Oh.
not no, but I don't deal in armor, in bullets or weapons, but this is my blessing and this is my lucky day and also my curse. There is a boisterous young arms dealer in here. Any weapon you use on this mission will be tracked back to the purchase, and if the crown is involved in this, they will find all parties involved. I suggest we use black market weapons that aren't tracked by anybody registered in zone 1, 2, or 3. So happens that there is this boisterous American here on vacation. He's holed up in a hotel in zone 2 while he tries to get into zone 3. TLDR, he's not going to make it just by knowing his attitude.
Hey, hold on. I got stuff that can change the money maker.
As big as your ego is, son, I'm not talking about you. The man's name is Serge, and he's staying at a hotel on the outskirts of Zone 2, in the direction of where you're going. And he populates the hotel, which I don't have in front of me, into your HUD. He was very, very adamant about wanting to find some entertainment for his stay over here. Maybe you can help him with that, Mr. Media. Give him what he needs, and maybe he'll be able to reinforce this effort with some arms and some weapons and some armor.
Good chance for a good one-on-one interview. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd like that. His entertainment was of the sultry kind, so whatever you need to do to get a scoop will be on full display. I hope you record that engagement.
I got all the adware in the world. He can look at anything he wants.
All right. Is it time for you lot to bugger off?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to spend one of my hit dice because I haven't healed yet.
I kind of point. Can I get give me a top shelf?
It's a 1d8.
This one on the house. And he
Hey, nice. I gain it all back.
sweet.
Yeah.
You guys, drinks.
Yeah,
No.
I'll have.
I'm drinking. So he pours you one of what he makes.
Yep.
And it's like,
I don't drink.
to more fruitful endeavors. And he hands you a water. And he tips it back. And with that, we are going to end this session and move towards part 2 tomorrow. So the gang has basically stumbled upon an operation that is, for what they know, just, kidnapping children. For what ends, they don't know, but they have 2, potentially 3 main parties involved, right? You've got the corpse of the Mad Lags, you've got a corpse of a Medigroup Corporation member, and some, nefarious question marks on who the other interested party is. I definitely had a lot of fun trying to figure out what you guys would do. But it's not, I wasn't thrown off. I think a few mechanical mistakes, but it's a learning thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thank you, Warren.
Mhm.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
No, thank you
Appreciate it.
guys for taking the time to play with me, and thank you guys for watching as well. What time tomorrow are we going live?
That's the question.
Same time,
I think
6.
same time, 6 p.m. This chair will be empty for a little bit.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
6 p.m.
Sounds good.
That actually that man, that works out. Okay.
Okay.
So tune in same time tomorrow as we find the conclusion of this adventure, upward inflection, I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Hope to see you again tomorrow.
Peace.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
everybody.